Hello, everyone. Welcome to Rob's Gaming Table. I'm Rob, and today we're going to take a kind of first look, some gameplay. I guarantee we won't make it that far in the game, but we're here to play some Nemesis Lockdown, which is the digital version of the, I don't know, Awaken Realm says of the hit board game, but I don't know if it's a hit yet. But anyways, it is a board game based on another board game called Nemesis. Nemesis is the great board game, very popular board game, very popular board game. And they've made a second version, a new standalone version called Nemesis Lockdown. And these are pretty complex board games, pretty big, beefy board games, serious board games. They're basically if you were to make a board game of the Alien franchise, but then not pay for the license, then you get Nemesis, the board game. Okay, that's what it is. It's basically like a ripoff of the Aliens movies. Okay. And this is a digital version of the Nemesis Lockdown board game, trying to be exactly the board game, but obviously using, 3D graphics and all that. But it stays true to the board game. Not like the Nemesis Distress PC version we played last week on stream. That was trying to be like Alien Isolation, the video game, but mix in Nemesis board game rules a little bit and kind of not make something great. That game was not really there. That game's been in development for over 2 years, supposedly. And I just learned that recently. And I can't believe the state that game was in early access. Today's game we're playing is in a much better state in early access, but it does not have a tutorial, really. So I've never played. So full disclosure, Awaken Realms they offered a code to me for this game. I said, sure, I'd like to try it, and then they said, well, are you going to stream it? And I said, oh, here's this whole thing where the company, dangles a code. Some companies will just give you a code. You don't need to make a video. You can, if you want, you can do whatever you want with it. I'm not being paid for this. But Awaken Realms is kind of like did the whole sketchy thing where I was like, yeah, I'll take a code. I'll try it out. That's how they initially were like, would you like a code for the game? That's how they start the conversation. And I'm all about the full disclosure stuff. But they were like, well, I said, yeah, sure. I want to try it. Yeah, it's early access. You know me. I don't like playing games in early access because usually they're buggy messes. They're not finished. They're frustrating. They're not really new player friendly. The whole idea of being paid, you're paying in early access to be a beta tester for the company, and they're actually making money, and you're helping develop the game and stuff like that. It's kind of cool. It usually leads to a better game in the end when you have actually players getting their hands in the pot early. But the whole early access thing, I'm not really a fan of. I'm getting more soured on it as the years go on. So when they offered an early access code last week or the week before, I said, I'll try it. But then they said, are you going to stream it? I said, well, most likely, yeah, sure. I'll stream it for a couple hours, yeah. And then they're like, okay, we'll give you a code then. But it's like this whole offer a code and then like, wait. We don't want to give you a code that costs us like nothing unless you guaranteed to put it on your channel. So I just thought that was sketchy because most publishers don't do that. So keep that in mind. And also, there is no tutorial here. There is some videos cut up from a board game tutorial on YouTube. And it's kind of messy because we're going to play a digital version where the interface is completely different. And they think it's enough to show you clips of a board game tutorial. But a tutorial is supposedly in the works and coming where it actually interacts with the game. And of course, full disclosure, I've never played Nemesis Lockdown, the board game. So I've played Nemesis, the board game. If you're looking for those playthroughs and you want to see the original game that got everyone excited, we have multiplayer playthroughs, solo playthroughs linked in the video description. There's a playlist there if you want to see what all the fuss is about. But I've never played Nemesis Lockdown, and I know there's some changes. So I went and booted up the game last night, and then I realized, wait, there's like no tutorial. That was weird to me. But they said a tutorial's coming in game. So then I clicked on the tutorial button and it started playing videos. I was confused because the guy in the videos talks at like a mile a minute and is obviously trying to make a how to play video in the shortest amount of time possible. Not the most helpful video possible, just the shortest video possible. So then I realized I had to go download the rule book. So I've linked the rule book down below. So if you're going to play this, you should know Nemesis Lockdown, the board game. Not just Nemesis, the board game. You need to know Nemesis Lockdown, the board game. And you need to be willing to then try to figure out the interface of this game at this time. Hopefully they fix this soon. But you will be lost. Even though I like know Nemesis, and this game is like 80% the original Nemesis board game, but with a bunch of changes, like 20% changes, I'll say. You need to know those changes. You need to know how the rules work because it kind of doesn't make sense what's happening. It doesn't really explain it to you. So I got kind of frustrated because I already scheduled a stream. I debated canceling the stream today because I just was like, the game is playable. Don't get me wrong. But if you must know Nemesis Lockdown to play it right now. So my recommendation to save all you guys time is if you're going to get in on the early access, make sure you know Nemesis Lockdown, the board game. Make sure all the players you're going to play with in multiplayer know it. But keep in mind, I've seen in the Steam community forums, there is disconnect issues in multiplayer. There's issues with bugs and stuff still. And it's, can be a little messy with the online stuff. Suppose you can reconnect and stuff like that, but there are disconnects and things, which is like kind of like a big deal. But if you don't know Nemesis Lockdown at all, I wouldn't recommend trying this until they got the tutorial, the in-game tutorial explaining the interface, why you're choosing things, why you would pick a character, how to work on your final objectives, what the contingencies are and how they work. All that stuff's not really there. They have like a link to a wiki and then those video clips, but leaves a lot to be desired. So what I'm going to do today, I was originally wanted to play through it, just play through the solo mode. And that's what we'll do today, but we'll kind of go through the interface. I'll kind of show you. So if you don't know Nemesis Lockdown, I don't really know it that well. I just started reading some of the rules sections this morning, trying to like know what's different from Nemesis. So if you're looking for strategy on how to beat the game or how to play this game properly, this is not the video. This is not the stream. I hope to, when this game is in final form, when it's fully released, fully fixed, fully, bug-free, and there's people playing it online a lot, and a good tutorial and that kind of stuff, I definitely will come back to this game because what they have here so far is pretty awesome. It is pretty awesome. It is very faithful to the board game. I do get Nemesis board game vibes. They just need to fix up a few things in the interface, and they have stuff coming. I'll show you the roadmap too, so you guys can get an idea. But yeah, let's take a look. So the Nemesis Lockdown board game, here it is. This is BoardGameGeek.com. If you're watching this, you're like, oh, I just got this video game. I'm curious what it is, or you're looking at it on Steam or whatever. I am playing it on PC, obviously. Got it off Steam. This is the board game right here. And as you can see, it's like an 8.5 out of 10. It's rated pretty high. 1,000 out of, ranked out of all the 100,000 board games that exist or whatever. Some crazy thing like that. But the weight of it, it's a pretty complex board game. Okay, so keep that in mind. It's like almost a 4 out of 5 complexity, which is pretty high on the complexity scale. So the rules behind the video game that we're about to look at are pretty in-depth, like what's going on behind the scenes. And you need to know that stuff to be understanding on what actions you should take, what cards you should throw away, what objectives you're working for, what you should tell your buddies you're playing with, and what you should not tell your buddies that you're playing with. Because there is a hidden trader mechanic to this. There is kind of like you're working for yourself, or maybe you're not. Maybe you're trying to help everybody, but there's always that kind of doubt, and it's really cool to play multiplayer. In solo, you're just kind of trying to racing against the clock, racing against the game, working towards some objectives. You're probably going to fail in both aspects of this game. It's a very difficult game. It's really true to the theme of the Alien movies, where it's like, most people are going to die. You're not, you might win sometimes. It's a very dark and dire and depressing kind of thing, but it's awesome. It's awesome. So the original board game, this is the original board game. There is no full digital adaptation of this board game. I wish they did. I wish this existed in a proper digital form like the one we're playing today. But I don't know why they made this distress version and all that. It's just kind of a mess. But I wish they did this first and made a proper Nemesis, a regular Nemesis, and then make a Lockdown as like a DLC or a second game. I don't know, maybe if they have the plans to do it backwards. I don't know. But here's the original Nemesis. As you see, it's ranked 18 overall. And this is what they will put in their marketing information for Lockdown. They'll keep saying, even in their email to me, they're like, here's a digital version of the ranked number 18 top 100 game on Board Game Geek, 8.4, all this kind of stuff. And I'm like, wait, no, you're describing this board game, which is similar. But this, like, they kind of keep using Nemesis Lockdown, advertising all the stats for the original one. So don't get it twisted. It is a different game, has similar rules, but it does change a bunch. Some good, some bad in people's eyes. But they're similar enough that you don't really need both, and you might determine one is better than the other for you. But yeah, everything I've read and looked into both. I only played the first one, so I've not played Lockdown. So there you go. That's the board game. And there was a post I found here on Board Game Geek in the forums. So go to the forums on on boardgamegeek.com. Go to the Nemesis Lockdown page. You go to forums and reviews. I found a review here that helped me kind of understand when I was playing the digital game last night. I was like, wait, what is this light and dark? Why is there power going out? What are contingency plans? Where's the engines gone? Where's the ship destination? Why are computers offering me multiple actions? Like, what is going on here? The knowledge track. What is this knowledge track? I don't understand. So I was having trouble in the game trying to figure out what it all meant. And I was watching those tutorial videos, still confusing. So I read some of this and it kind of explained it from a player who's played. This review is only from someone who played Lockdown once, but played a bunch of Nemesis, the original version. So they were kind of explaining what was different, and that helped me understand it a bit better. And then I basically went to the rule book, which I've also linked down below. So again, if you are going to play this digital game at this time, so in late June of 2022, this game just came out in early access 3 weeks ago. So they're obviously getting a flood of feedback, I'm sure. And now they're panicking and trying to work and fix things. But right now, you should use this rulebook and read through the rulebook. And yes, it's about the board game, but you can jump to sections. So you can skip the tokens and things, but you can jump to sections. For example, very important, like a very important section to read. Not game setup. Come on, I thought it was earlier than this. Right here, player goals in the end of the game. So I would recommend starting reading about objectives. What are the objectives? Because literally when you start this digital game, it's going to throw a couple objectives in your face. You have a few seconds to look at them. Then they throw a couple characters at you, and you have a couple seconds to pick a character with no information. So what I recommend is maybe reading, and those tutorial videos don't give you any information on that either. So what I recommend is reading like the critical play moments, reading about knowledge, contingencies. Just read this rule book. And some of it will sink in, or if you're having misunderstandings, read the rulebook. The board game rulebook exists. I have a link in the video description, and then you can go at it. Or just wait till the early access adds a tutorial. Okay? That's where the game is at. So hopefully that'll help you guys understand before you rush out and, support it in early access or whatever. But we will. I do want to show you this. So here's the game. They have the dev plan. So I figured this stuff's like really important, before we even dabble into it. It's kind of good to know like where it's at and where it's going, because in early access there's always a big red flag, right? So it's like I'm kind of not for it, but I understand it. It's how the industry works now. So it says here, this is right in the game. You click on dev plan. I believe this pops right up when you first open the game. We put a lot of effort into developing this game. Translating such a complex board game was quite a challenging and time-consuming task. And we know this from Gloomhaven, the digital board game. But that is a way more deep and complex game. But still, it takes years and they're still fixing and improving that game. In the near future, our entire team will focus on, right here, in-game tutorial. I wish they had that before they launched it in early access, because right now, like I said, huge barrier of entry with this game. You're gonna see I'm gonna be confused trying to find where things are, understanding the map, understanding things, and I've kind of been poking around, spending an hour on it last night and today, kind of poking around, trying to figure things out, where things are and how they work with the rulebook PDF. I'm still not fully into it, so and have my head wrapped around it. So we're gonna click through. We're gonna show you, and just a demo of the game to give you an idea of where it's at, and if maybe you're interested. But if you've played Nemesis Lockdown, the board game, you played it a couple times, you know the rules, you have some fun, you can find other players who know it well, you're gonna love this. You're gonna get in on this, and it's a digital way to play. You can play with friends from afar, get in on a multiplayer game, hop in a server, join some other people you don't know, and have some fun playing. Like it's the board game in digital form, which is cool. So they're going to work on video tutorials and interactive manual. Yeah, see, just download the PDF at least. But I mean, they're working on this is like the first 3 things are the things that like they really need, and I'm really trying to emphasize it. It's not like a bad thing. It's just please understand it. I really think it's important, because like I was frustrated with it for sure. And I know the original board game okay. It's been a while since I played it, but more tooltips, interactive UI menus, example gameplays, and bugs fix. In the meantime, we need your feedback. So even when you play this game, it asks you a survey at the end. You can like just decline it, but you can like answer and help and, you know, give feedback and stuff. But the tutorial is literally this. They just start playing videos and talking over it, and it doesn't even show you everything.
The game can be played in solo or
and then there's this guy here. So if we go to basic
Other
actions,
include shooting
it's just
or
clips from a
melee attacks,
YouTube
which will
video.
also cover
I see the
what we
link
talked
up
about
here,
combat, but just know that you can't
RTFM show.
directly attack other characters.
And this guy's just
You can
talking
pick up a heavy
so
object
fast,
like an egg
and he
or
doesn't cover
corpse
everything
and
because
put it where
they
your
only
hand
took from
slots.
his video like
Gross,
clips. I
but
found the video,
often
and he like actually goes over the whole
Both
game in the
slots are
video,
already filled,
just
you
really
drop an
fast, and he
item or
skips some
object
things.
first.
But
Dropped objects are placed in the room.
yeah,
Dropped
this is all they
items
give you to
disappear
learn
in
the
flash of
digital
smoke
game.
and are discarded.
So it's
You can
like,
take an action to trade with all the other
that's
characters
cool. You're
in
showing me a
exchange
player
item
board, but
cards
how does
and
that work in the
objects,
digital
provided
game,
each
right? So that's the
player
issue.
involved is cool.
Anyways, that's all that's there right now. I watched it all. I sat through it all, and I was like, I went back into the game after watching that because I was confused, and then I was like so lost. I was like, that didn't help me at all. And I'm not the only one to say that. I looked online. I'm like, am I missing something here? And then I went back to the devs plan, and I was like, oh, I see. There's more coming. I see. But of course, when you open up these apps, I always go right to the tutorial first. Even if I know the board game, I go right to the tutorial to kind of see like what's different, right? So when we're playing it, you can play solo, which I have an unlimited time limit on. Skip animations? No, man, I like animations. Multiplayer, you can create your own server. You can join servers if they're like kind of waiting for players, or, you know, just make your own. And then my ranking, as you see here in the top right, I stink after my half a game I played and died. Well, I guess that is a full game. You get your global ranking right up here in the right, staring you in the face. So there is like 13,000 people who've been already playing it in early access. So you should be able to find games, right? It's just all these games, there's people, they're already in progress. Like there's some games here, 2-player games, where they could have maybe waited for some players, but they just went into play, which is fine. But yeah, so just showing you guys that stuff's there. Obviously, online is working if people are playing games. I've just heard there's disconnects, but then you can like reconnect, and sometimes it's a little buggy. That's all. All right, what are you guys saying in the chat? Oh, does Rolling Solo have a good tutorial? Ah, Phil. Okay, I didn't know that. That's not what they link in here, though. So I wish they just linked you to more. And again, I scheduled this stream. It's my bad. I scheduled this stream last week thinking like I had time last night while Mel was paint streaming. And I thought last night would be enough time for me to get into the game, do the tutorial in game, play a game, understand how it works because I already knew Nemesis, and then maybe just look up the things that are kind of different and I'd be good. But then again, I came in this morning, I tried to play it again. Then I was like watching videos, watching those, reading PDF. I still don't know the rules fully, so we'll just go through it and we'll kind of take a look. So again, if you know Nemesis Lockdown, you'll be throw tips at me, tell me what I should do, play along, we'll figure it out. But I'm just going through this kind of like to show off how the kind of app works. But like cut into the chase, I cannot wait till this is finished and a rock solid released game, and we will organize a stream and we will get everyone in on it and play a filthy multiplayer game where we're like lying to each other and being sneaky and people are dying and, you know, we're closing doors and burning people alive, like, you know, the usual alien stuff, right? I can't wait. But I don't want to do that in a early access game where it's like not finished and kind of buggy and stuff. That's just not for me. But some of you might love it, so it's good to know it's a thing. So stay away from Nemesis Distress for now, and then I think this one's in kind of a better state as long as you know Nemesis Lockdown. Does that all make sense? Does that all make sense? Okay. Hello, everyone in the chat. Hello. But again, the board game rules and videos will only get you so far, right? So watch. Ready? I'm going to click Start Tutorial. Here's another thing I hope they fix. I'm new to the game. I don't own the board game, so I can't look through the player cards, right? And even if I watch an online how to play video or a tutorial or a playthrough, they're not going to show you every single character and all the characters' starting cards, all the characters' starting weapons. They're not going to explain what each character is good at, what their objectives are they should line up with. So how this works, I think the solo is trying to be like the multiplayer, and there's a time limit. We're going to see we have only seconds to check out our objectives on the screen and seconds to pick our character. So there is probably like a 10-second delay or a 15-second delay in the chat, but yell at me. Type fast. If you see the objectives, as soon as you see the characters to pick, tell me which character I should pick. And we'll see if you can even tell me in 10-second delay fast enough that I can click what you guys tell me to pick. Because I don't know the characters. I don't own them. I don't have their powers, their cards, their boards. I don't know what they are. And there's no description, right? There's nothing to tell me in here. Like, even in the tutorial section, there is no...
a direct port of the iconic...
There is no list here for characters. Like, there's no little video clip going through the characters, their cards, what they're good at, what the objectives are, what you're trying to achieve. None of that stuff. So, you got to know the board game at this point, which sucks. That's the only thing. All right. Brian says, stop. Rob does not have a collared shirt on. We must protest about the blatant disrespect for the dress code. Brian, for the last 3 or so digital streams, I have not worn a collared shirt. I actually bought some non-collared shirts, which I haven't done in, I don't know, like 10 years, it feels like. And since I don't have to clip on a mic when I do digital, because I have this big mic, right in my face here, I don't need to clip on a mic. So it clicked in that I could start buying regular t-shirts again if I'm not clipping on like a lapel mic or whatever. So when I'm not streaming, I wear regular t-shirts, but over time I only bought shirts where you can clip a mic on. So I kind of, in my closet, became all collared shirts because I have the little button up spot I can clip a mic on. So we went on our trip this summer, and I was like in a store, and I'm like, oh, they have shirts. I'm gonna buy a whole bunch of shirts because when I stream digital and when I don't stream, I can actually wear t-shirts. So we're chilling. We're chilling today, okay? There you go. There's some behind the scenes. Now you know. Oh, Phil says they also have a workshop on Tabletop Simulator. Good way to see all the cards that are in game. Again, some people, you gotta understand, Phil, are gonna come at this from they just play video games on Steam. They don't know anything about modern board gaming. Somebody tells them to play with them on this, and then they're like, this game's better in multiplayer. So trying to get a whole bunch of players that really know this game, telling someone they have to install Tabletop Simulator and install the mod and pay for that and go in there and dig through. As board gamers, yeah, we would do that. But again, this is also targeting itself to video gamers too. If you see the survey at the end. But yeah, so just keep that in mind. Even board gamers, like telling them that there's the best way to do it if you don't own the game. They need something in game. That's like no excuse. But that is helpful, Phil, for those of us who own Tabletop Simulator, who are in the board game community, and are willing to go open up 2 apps and kind of look through that stuff. But here we go. Are you ready? Are you ready? Here we go. I'm clicking it. 3, 2, 1. Oh, allow access. Okay, it's asking me about firewall. I played on a different computer, so it might have some settings reset. Starting the game. Here we go. So it shows your objectives. Look, we have like 3 seconds. Discover all intruder weaknesses. Start the contingency procedure. Those are our two goals. We choose one when the first alien shows up. Now here's our character selection. Tell me, do we pick the hacker or the lab rat based on those 2 objectives? Go. And keep in mind, like, I don't know any of this stuff. I'm new. What do I do? What do I do? Hacker or lab rat? Go. Hacker or lab rat, guys. It's going to pick one automatically. I'm going to pick the hacker if I don't see anything in chat.
Right.
I click the hacker. It ran out of time. Okay, good. I just saw your messages now after it already ran out of time. So what do you have there? Like less than 10 seconds it was. I picked the hacker. I don't know better, right? I don't know the hacker's cards. I don't know what the hacker does. This is the problem. But if you know the board game and you own the board game, you've played it with friends, you've played your friend's copy, this is totally fine. This is not what I'm complaining about. It's not an issue. Okay? Cool. All right. I'll try to stop bitching about that now. But I just figured it's important for people to know before they run out and get in on it. Is you might be a little frustrated, then you're waiting months for that stuff to show up. Okay. So the interface. Can I switch? Okay. Here's what I know. On the top left, we see our objectives, where we have Alien Compendium. So we can look at our objectives. We're not locked into which one we're going to do for the end of the game. But once the first alien shows up, you have to make the choice. Okay? And you should pick your character in this game based on the previous board game. You should pick your character based on your objective. So Wake Up Call, for example, is start the contingency procedure. I don't really know how to do that. I kind of know what contingencies are now since I read the PDF. It's like the replacement, I believe, for the destination, the engines in the first game, where like if at least 2 engines aren't fixed, the ship won't make it to its destination. Or if someone changes the destination of the ship by going to the cockpit and changing it to Mars or Earth or planet ZYX or whatever, you can mess with the players, lie to the players. You might want it to go to Earth. You might want it to go to Mars. You might want the ship engines to be destroyed and malfunctioning. In this game, they don't have that. So there's this contingency thing, which is down here somewhere. Yeah, you can click in the bottom right here to open the contingency menu. And there's like possible endgame scenarios. So like it could, the corporation, I believe, could kill all with knowledge less than 5 that end their game in the isolation or the bunker. Okay, isolation seems to me like the hibernation chambers from the first game. The bunker is like a way to escape, but in like a rover. But in solo, in multiplayer, someone dies and then it opens up the bunker or the escape rover or whatever, the little doom buggy. But in solo, I don't know how that's going to open. I'm not sure if there's a way with a computer to open it or something. But like, if nobody dies, I don't know how. Okay. These are all possibilities, and you can get knowledge and use the computers, I believe, to kind of find these contingencies and eliminate some. And every player in the game, I believe, knows some of them, and some other players know others. So you kind of know what could be your chance of survival by escaping. Now, keep in mind, probably none of this is going to matter to us because we might not make it this far in the game, and that's totally okay, and that totally happens. So right now at the bottom of the screen, I see my chance of survival is getting in a, I think this is like carrier shipping service or something. It's basically like getting in a basically like the escape pods from the first game. That's a CSS. The bunker is escaping on the rover, getting to the bunker safely. The isolation is like the hibernatorium. Right now, if I were to get in the isolation chamber after completing my objectives, I have a 20% chance of winning because the company could just decide to wipe everyone out in there. It's very weird, but it eliminates the whole engines and direction of the ship, I think. Okay. Oh, Phil's saying the contingency procedure is definitely the easier of the two. Okay, that's the one we'll pick then. And I need your help. Like, I don't know how to start that, but I'll read the chat in 1 second, figure it out. And feel free to chime in if I'm explaining something incorrectly because I don't understand the lockdown differences fully. If you were watching this later and you're trying to understand, either A, read the PDF, watch a how to play video of the board game, or open up the chat archive on this stream. And I see Phil in there explaining stuff. I'm sure others will explain stuff too, and others are explaining stuff. So yeah, feel free to chime in if you know Nemesis Lockdown and own it. You've played it with some friends, whatever. Feel free to chime in and explain some of this stuff to me because I'm trying to wrap my head around it. Like I said, I read that Board Game Geek review this morning quickly to try to like understand what was different because I know the first game, but I don't know the second. But I wasn't going to go out and buy the second game and like, you know, the digital version, that shouldn't be a requirement to play it. It should be its own game with its own rules, right? So that's why I'm just checking it out to see. But that'll all go away eventually. This stuff is only time relevant. So yeah, so if I go in the bunker, I have 40% chance of surviving. If I end the game by trying to escape in the CSS pod, I have 80% chance of survival. But I could do my objective. I could get in a pod. I could go to escape, and then secretly the game decides that they're killing all players in CSS pods. And then you just lose. Very weird. But it's the same thing as kind of flipping the engines or finding out it's going to Mars and you need it to go to Earth, you know, that kind of thing. That's my understanding. It's just a replacement for that. It's just doing things differently. Okay. So my other one is Wake Up Call. What? Oh, there we go. Sorry. My other one is Alien Compendium. Discover all intruder weaknesses. Now, where is that? Weaknesses. Here, there's a second icon in the bottom right. So in this version of the game, so in the original Nemesis, they have 3 weaknesses. You can get the dead body, the egg, or an alien carcass. You take them to a specific room, you analyze them, boom. There's some random weakness that is drawn different every game where you could find out an easier way to kill the aliens or nerf the aliens, basically. So right now we know the first one in this game, when using a glow stick during melee, what? You deal 2 injuries instead of 1. but the knowledge required to actually apply it is 3. So there's this like number track now, and there's a way you can gain knowledge. I read it in the rules. I might be able to bring it up here. For example, I think it's on page 23 I was reading. Let's see. So here's the rulebook PDF, again, linked in the video description if you want to open it up and look at this game and see if it's for you or not, or how to play it if you are playing the early access. So there's this way of gaining knowledge on a little knowledge meter. Even one of the objectives I had when I was playing this game earlier yesterday was trying to get up to 8 knowledge. So you can get knowledge from, it says analyzing a weakness. So same kind of like the first game, analyzing a weakness in the laboratory room, or using the analyze tool set, which I'm assuming is an item or a craftable item or something. The character gains 3 knowledge. Okay. You could also use a computer action to gain a knowledge. You could discover the nest, you get a knowledge. You could use the archive room action, which gains you 2 knowledge. You could use some specific items or actions to gain knowledge that's on the effect or whatever. Okay. And it looks like the weaknesses are take a character corpse, an intruder carcass, or an egg. So I don't think this game gives you the dead body at the beginning like the first board game did, which made it kind of like easier for someone to just pick that up and go take it somewhere and analyze it, so you didn't have to wait for a character to die. But I feel like it's different in this one. Or they just give you that first weakness is revealed. I don't know. Or you can analyze anything. I'm not sure. But here it is. So just for example, I had to do this, and this is what hopefully will help somebody out who's trying to figure this game out. Just open the rules PDF. Go look up the sections you're not understanding. If you've played the first Nemesis board game, if you've played none of them, read the whole PDF. All right, whoops. Oops. There we go. Hello, Kate. So yeah, that's how that kind of works, is this knowledge track. So even though I think you analyze an object, you might not have enough knowledge to apply it. And as we saw, the contingencies, the end game, like corporation stuff, could require a specific amount of knowledge. So everyone without knowledge 5 could just die, no matter if you got your objective or not, I think. At least that's my understanding. Okay, so I could try to discover all the weaknesses. So I have to get a character body, which I think I don't because the first one's revealed. So I have to get an intruder egg and an intruder carcass, take them to the laboratory or whatever, and analyze them. I don't think I have to have my knowledge all the way up to 8 or whatever to have them active or whatever. But I believe I just have to do the discovery, like analyzing or whatever, to flip the cards. I'm pretty sure that's what I get from that. But if I click on it, it just takes away this yellow thing, and I don't know what that's about. But I'm right-clicking. Let's see if I hold tab. Holding tab just shows me doors and rooms and stuff. Doesn't give me more information. But if I click down here, there's a Nemesis wiki. Let me see if there's information in here. So this just talks about objectives in general, not my specific ones. Talks about how to survive, but not really in detail. If I click on these red things, you think in a wiki they would go somewhere. But it seems like they're still... Oh. That one went somewhere. Why am I on the map now? I clicked on something. Oh, I see. Isolation room. I see. Some of it does go somewhere. Okay. But some of it doesn't yet. Okay, I get it. I get it. So yeah, they're still working on this stuff. Contingency. During the game, you'll have to discover secret orders sent by the corporation and guess the final ending scenario called contingency. It can kill you, even in the bunker or CSS pod. There are 5 types of contingencies. But if I click on them, they don't really go into more detail than it says in the text. So it's like, what's a bunker? What does it mean being in isolation? What is that? So you have to kind of like spend some time clicking around in the interface and figure it out if you don't want to read the rules. Kind of explains actions in here. So there is info here. It's like they're obviously adding to it and working on it. So just keep in mind there's a little wiki for the game. I probably should look through that and read through it. But I tried to use it to find answers when I was playing, and I was getting frustrated because they all aren't there. Then you can report bugs here with this little red icon here. Or suggestions. So they want your info, so your feedback. So get in here if you like want to make this game the best game possible. You know, get in there and give them tips. And then we got the menu. Resume options. So we got our graphic settings. It just defaulted. This is all the default stuff on my PC, but it's got the usual, you know, you play on like, you know, all the different medium, high, low, you know, ultra settings, whatever. Then you have environmental music and UI. Gameplay, nothing in here for options. Shortcuts. So there are shortcuts on the keyboard. This doesn't have controller support. It's all keyboard and mouse. So yeah, there are shortcuts to do things. Like bringing up your map is M, which is the only one I really use. But also down here on the right, you could pass your turn. So just like Nemesis, you have action cards to play. You can look through your discarded cards. You can look through what's in your hand, and you can look through what is in your deck. Obviously, I'm assuming it's not in any order. But you just know what you could draw, what's already been played, what's coming up. It's very helpful. So that exists when you click on your cards at the bottom. You spend cards to do actions in this game. All the actions are kind of highlighted places. So if I look at my backpack, for example, I have this super creepy looking quest whale. I could take the action, but it's in red. And it tells you, it's kind of cool. It tells you why it's red and not green and something you can do. It tells me in the top right here, I have to use it out of combat, so an alien can't be in my room with me. It tells me I have to throw away an action card to do this action. But it tells me on here, I'm not in the nest. It costs me a card. I'm not in combat. And I'm not in the nest, so I can't do this action. It says, get item whale. A single-use item that removes or adds all noise on corridors in the section you are in. If you are in nest. Weird. Weird. Okay, I think those are randomly drawn, because I had a different one before, but maybe it's tied to the character. I don't know. So that was your backpack. That'll show what items you're holding. Your map here on the right, super important. You can also press M to bring up the map. This, I got lost in here when I first looked at this yesterday. I was like, wow, the map is really different from Nemesis. Now, Nemesis takes place on a ship. That's like Alien movie, right? I think. And then Aliens is when it's the whole on the planet Mars or whatever, right? Like on the planet, not Mars, but in this game it's Mars. But on, I think it's Aliens, the second one, right? Where it's like in that city base thing they're building. This is like that, right? Or is that the third one? Oh, I'm now confused. I watched them a few months back, but okay. Items are tied to the characters, says RC. Perfect. So this map, it's interesting once you know what you're looking at. Let's start with the bottom left here. So you can kind of look at your character stuff, hover over your character picture while you're on here to know, like your items, if you're wounded, slimed, all that stuff. You've sent the signal, just like your character sheet in the board game. All those stats are here. You can hover over them. You can also do it on the main screen. There's a burnout counter, which is basically like the fire. So if there's too much fire on the space base or on the ship or whatever, if it gets full, it all explodes and the game ends. So that's a way you could like kill the aliens if you need to kill something, but you have to have escaped or whatever. Otherwise, you're dead if you're on there. Then there's destruction. So rooms can malfunction, and if too many malfunctions happen, I think it blows up and it ends. At least in the first game, that's how it was. Now, can't I move the map? One sec. Let's do that again. It looks like we can highlight things, which I never really... Oh, you can turn off and on things. Okay. Loot count? Noises, power panel, nest. Okay. So we know some rooms, it looks like. On the right here, if you bring this out... let me go like this. So on the right, if you hover over here, you can bring out the whole... like what rooms could be in the game. And which categories they're in. So we have like S. I'm assuming that's for like a standard room. That's always going to be there. And the ones that are blue are known rooms. But I don't know if they're explored or if when they're green, they're explored. I forget. I think it's green explores room. But it tells you when you hover over, like, what does the room do? And we have the backup power supply that says it restores power. Okay. And then it explains like what the action does. It's got requirements. You have to have enough cards to pay. Player's not in combat and the room is not damaged. We don't know that until we go to the room, whether it's damaged or not, because we can't see in there. But the result will increase the facility energy level to 2 powered sections, change the section's energy priority, and turn on the backup power. It will slow down the power loss in sections. So I didn't understand what power was, but I think I kind of get it. On the main screen here, if you hover up to the top, this took me a bit to like find this thing. When you hover up to the top, you can see the round track. So there are only 15 rounds in the game. You have a very limited time. You'll probably run out of time, and sometimes it can be even shorter than 15 rounds if the ship blows up, if a countdown timer gets kicked off or something like that, or if everyone escapes or if everyone's dead. The game could end a lot quicker than 15 rounds, which is so short when you think about it, but the game still takes a couple hours, so it's kind of neat. But it shows that here that the global level of power will drop if a backup power supply is inactive. So if I turn on that power station, the restore power room or whatever, a bunch of these will disappear, but some of them will always happen. I think these ones with like the 3 lightning bolts will drop the power, and there's a whole light and dark aspect to this game where if the room is in light, you get an advantage in combat. If the room is in dark, the intruders get an advantage in combat. There was something else to it, which I forget. Someone in the chat will tell me what else is with the light and the dark. Oh, there's a whole bunch of objectives or items and actions that need the room to be powered. That was another thing I saw. Okay, Velco's saying the first Alien movie is on the Nostromo ship. The second's with the Marines. The third is in prison. Yeah, oh, okay. But the second one is when it's kind of like this board game, right? Where they're on a base, like where they go to investigate that base where like people were living and stuff. But the first movie was the ship, like they're flying through space, which is like the first Nemesis board game. So then we know the third Nemesis game that Awakened Realms make is going to be in the prison then, right? Like we just know this, right? This is what's going to happen. Oh, you can double click the character images to see the sheets. Yes, I did figure that out. That I had to see, I found online by Googling, because I was like, you can hover over it, and there's some stuff up here in the top right to kind of explain to you if you have wounds, if you have a heavy item, you know, if it's in darkness, if how much knowledge you have and stuff. But yes, you can double click on this, and it kind of brings up the character sheet like in the board game, where you can see a little more stuff, all kind of like, you know, what's in your hand and stuff. But most of this stuff is on the main screen. It's just like spread out and all over the place. But you know, my number of military items I'm holding, you know, medical items, all that kind of stuff, it's all here. Okay. I have nothing in my hands, so this one doesn't start with a gun. What does this do? Oh, okay. We can, you know, get some more screen real estate if you want. There is voice chat, obviously, but we're not playing, you know, we're only playing solo, so, like, we can just, like, disable that, for example. You can, you know, have it on press or that kind of stuff. Another thing is, I noticed, so use the WASD keys to kind of move the screen around. But you can, like, move in a room, which, you know, doesn't really do anything. It's just kind of weird that they have it like that, but because you're not really doing an action or anything, just kind of like moving around the room. But you can just hover over and select things and like double click on them. So if I want to go this way, you know, you could right click to read more. It's an unknown room, or you could left click it to explore. I don't know why it's not doing it. So I could explore this. So I could spend a couple cards to do a careful move, you know, to choose where my noise goes that I make, or do a standard move where I only spend one card, but it's a random die roll, and that will determine where noise is. And if a noise hits where noise already was, then an alien's going to come and kill you, or try to kill you. So you can cancel it, which is good. What else did we not click through here? Oh, computer cards. So if there's a computer in the room, you can see what computer card is on the top. So in this game, there's a deck of cards, and based on the deck of cards, what card is on top, when you interact with the computer, you have these actions available. But the room has to be undamaged, and it has to be the section has to be have power. But you could do things like gaining knowledge, peeking at a CSS. So there's tokens along the along this thing. So these symbols here are the escape pods, the CSS escape pods or whatever, and they have randomized tokens on them, which is kind of cool. So in the first one, you kind of like need to fix an escape pod, find the room or whatever, and like kind of get out in the escape pod, roll a die, hope you get out and an alien doesn't jump on you, you know, or someone doesn't just take the escape pod and take off and the ship doesn't blow up, whatever. But in this one, when you're in an escape pod and it gets to round 10 here, for example, you flip this token and it will tell you if a certain escape pod shoots, or if it's a different one, or if all of them launch, So you could miss your chance, I think, or aliens can jump out on you. You know, if the escape pod leaves, that's not the one you're in the room you're in waiting. You take like a heavy wound or something like that. It seems really weird, but it seems kind of cool. So I don't know. It's different though. Read the rules on how that works because I still don't fully understand it. But you can peek at these tokens and kind of see where it's coming up, so you can plan your escape. So if you know where escape pod C is, and you know it's coming up in round 4 or whatever, you know you have that much time to kind of kill till you need to escape or whatever, if that's how you're trying to escape, you know? So that's my understanding, but let me know in the chat if I'm totally wrong and I'm not explaining this correctly, but I'm just trying to like give a quick overview of how it works. But what else? Crafting. Yeah, so there's a crafting deck just like in the original Nemesis board game. Where you just need to combine some things to make like tasers and viral suits, you know, neutralizers, pistols, all that stuff. And they tell you what they do and all that kind of thing, and they're all here. So you can just kind of look at them to kind of know. And you can look in the board game, you can pick up the deck, kind of look through it to see what you might be trying to build up for. So it might help target what item decks you're searching through. So that's kind of neat. But all that's here. Like everything's here on the screen, so it's all kind of like hidden. And there's also a little compass here on the right. Because that's what I also noticed when I open up the map and I'm down here and I was trying to figure out like where I was and which direction was which hallway. I totally recommend using the Q and E keys, like in some other digital board games, to rotate. So north is actually north. I wish they had like an on-screen like little like in like, you know, every other video game I play. They have like a little mini map, you know, like a mini circular or square map that rotates with you. I wish you could kind of look at that mini map and it zoomed out just a little and you can kind of see which rooms you're kind of walking towards and stuff. Because I have accidentally like I rotated, didn't realize it wasn't north, and like went in the wrong room thinking I was looking at the right room on the map. So it's just a little weird thing to get used to, but I only messed it up once, so it wasn't bad. I'll probably mess it up again today. But on the map, there's sections. So there's like section 1, section 2, and section 3. Which are like floors, and there's an elevator in this game that goes up and down, assuming it's powered, and you can interact with little terminals to get in the elevator or like move the elevator and stuff. But there's power sections here, so you start the game with 2 that are turned on, and like I said on the round track, they will slowly lose power, or sorry, quickly lose power, until we restore the backup power. Then it will slow it down a bit, but the backup power could like damage or start on fire or whatever and stop working. But you can toggle power in areas. The stairwells. So there are stairwells to get from floor to floor. That's the little staircases here. They're always dark, I think. And then we have vents. The vents are these little like rectangles with the lines on them, I think. Those are the ventilation systems that the aliens can use to run through and get you, and you make noise in and all that kind of stuff. But again, you can go through the rooms here. So I recommend when you're first playing this game, just boot up a solo game where you don't have a time pressure and click through here. And I was kind of doing some of this. I still don't understand what all the rooms are for yet. But so, for example, the alert room, I can... Oh, that's where I start the contingency procedure, right? Okay, so let's click on that. Because this is one of our objectives. So this is action preview. Start the contingency procedure. The game will end after the curly bracket 1 curly bracket round. After the procedure starts. The isolation room is opened. So the result, it starts the contingency plan. Isolation room will be open. I have to have enough cards to pay for it. I can't be in combat. The room can't be damaged. And the alert procedure is not activated, which I think is like the self-destruct stuff, but maybe that's different. Oh, cargo sending system. That's CSS. I'm sorry if you guys corrected me on that one. Cargo sending system. Those are like the escape pods. How I picture it, it's like this is them sending out, you know, the returns to Amazon, and you can hop in the box before it goes. That's what that is. So if we click on CSSA, so there could be 3 of them in the game. I don't know if they're always in the game. Let me check. Oh, or sorry, it's a 1, 2, 2. So if it's like the first Nemesis board game, those are randomly shuffled and you don't see everything if it's not a standard room. But I could be wrong. Maybe the 1s you always see, right? 1s are always in the game. It's 2s that are random and you might not see, right? I think that's probably how this works too. Because look, it's category 2. So we will for sure have room A, I assume. But we might or might not have B and C. So plan accordingly. And again, the escape, we might only have a certain percent, or we might die if we use those. So we might have to use the isolation room where we could lock ourselves in. What was the other one? The escaping out the rover. Oh, the rover. Yeah, the rover in the base to escape out the main gate. The main gate is open. When the main gate is open, you can get to the bunker, one of those places allowing you to survive the game. To survive on the surface, you need to use the rover. Oh, or an enviro suit you can survive. You don't if the rover's gone. As long as it is closed, it is impossible to enter the bunker. The main gate opens during the game in one of the following cases. When the first character dies. Oh, you can open it by using items or actions in the exit room, or the self-destruct from the cooling room will become unstoppable. Okay, so in solo, you can escape this way. I didn't realize there was other ways. I just was reading the rules thing, and I saw that it was talking about when the first character dies. But I was like, I am the only character? I see, I see. Cave entrance? So the cool part, look when I hover over something. This is really neat. I wish this did this in the board game when you played, and you were just like, I'm looking for the laboratory. And I wish you could just look at the board and everything just lit up that where it could be. Instead, you usually kind of have to look for the numbers, especially if you play with like the double side of the board, and you know it changes things around a bit. But it's super cool. You just hover over it and you're like, so if you're playing with people online and you have a certain objective, you can be like, oh man, I really need to find the nest, but no one knows where the nest is. There's where the nest could be. Any of these gray rooms you see on the screen. So in Sector 2 or Section 2, it could be in 5 different rooms, or also 5 different rooms, it looks like in Section 3, which I'm in right now, and it has no power. Okay. Here is the bag. So I think this is the bag, kind of giving you like what tokens are in the bag and the percentage that they could be drawn, which is super cool. How many eggs are in the nest? What else? What else did I figure out here? Yeah, you can send the signal just like in the first Nemesis board game. Check an objective. They have a testing lab, a surgery room, repository for crafting, the power generator to stop the self-destruct or toggle power section. So you can make a place dark or light depending on which section you're activating. What else we got here? Defense control room. Exterminate the threat. What is that? Choose an undamaged discovered room with an intruder. Undamaged discovered room with an intruder. Each intruder in that room will take 1 damage. Each player will take 1 serious wound, and the selected room will be damaged. The number of items to search in the defense control room you are currently in will be reduced by 1. If there are no items left, the room will be damaged. Oh, okay. So if you go in here, the result of the action of the room is deal 1 point of damage to all intruders in selected room, deal 1 heavy wound to all players in the selected room. And heavy wounds are the ones like nerf you, right? Where you're like hurt your hand or whatever, or lose a hand and you can only carry 1 heavy item or 1 item or whatever. You could break a leg and it's like it takes more action cards to move. What else is there? There's a few of them, and I hate them. Hate them so much. It was just different from a light wound. Light wounds you can kind of heal easier, but heavy wounds you kind of got to dress them and then heal them. When you dress them, you kind of flip them so they're not harming you, but you still have one. So like if the game is looking for, you know, to hit you with some other wounds or whatever, you still consider to have a heavy wound. Yeah, okay. Okay. So yeah, it shows you on the map there. You can zoom in. So we want to get to this backup power supply first, right? Is that like a good recommendation? I'm gonna check the chat here. What you guys are saying. Blue rooms aren't explored, but always have 0 items. Okay, okay. Okay. They aren't explored, but have 0 items. Okay, good to know. Good to know. They're also known, right? Like, we know where they are. So we know where the alert room is. It's right here. We know where the backup power supply is. It's right here. We know where the repository is. It's right here. And what's the other one? It's like a lock symbol. Where's this one? Oh, the isolation room. Oh, that's where we're in. But it's locked right now because it doesn't unlock till like round 9, I guess, is what that says. Is that what that 9 lock means, I assume? That's cool. Okay, so light gives you advantage in combat also. Light also gets rid of noise in corridors not connected to your character. Really? Oh, that's kind of cool. I didn't realize it was doing that. I was toggling the power and I was trying to figure out what it was doing. Okay, cool. Man, you can get rid of noise? I like this game better than the regular Nemesis now. Already like it better. I don't even need to play the board game. If you can get rid of noise like that, yeah, let's play. I like the power thing. It's kind of neat. I don't know. I want to play this board game now that I've learned the extra differences, but I just don't know if I want to drop like $200 just to try a game that's like 80% the same. I wish this game was finished and not still in early access. But we'll do a multiplayer stream of this in the future for sure. Have some fun with it once it's like rock solid. RC says, Phil and RC say perfect explanation and CSS is usually the safest. Oh, but depends on contingencies. RC says on-screen minimal is so needed. That was my first request after first game. Oh, minimap you mean? Yeah, minimap. 100%. Yeah. It's kind of annoying to keep going back and forth between the map. Like, I feel like once you get used to where you are, it's like, I need to look at it just to make sure I'm facing the right room, like it's kind of annoying to just keep going to it more than you need to, but again, it's the M key. Just hit the M key and you're good. Janitor is one of my favorites, says Phil. Also the ability to look at rooms from a distance, but not explore, right? You just get to check them. RC says the cave lets you travel through the vents also, but it's dangerous. Let me see this cave. Oh, let me see this cave. Like, what is this? Cave entrance. Move through vents. Move to the discovered room with vent. An adult intruder will surprise attack you. But they could miss, right? Very, very low chance, but they could miss. Vents are always in darkness. Okay. So you move through the vents and you get attacked by an adult in darkness. Oh, in darkness. Okay. You have to have enough cards to pay. Player not in combat. Room not damaged. Okay. Yeah, okay. If we're desperate, maybe, right? If we're desperate. Phil says, truer statement I've never heard, Phil. This is the best. I should have explained this. This is the first thing I should say at the beginning of the video. Yeah, so many ways to die in this game, okay? Not so many ways to win. So many ways to die and lose. So keep that in mind. Once self-destruct gets so far, there are items that can open it. Okay. It doesn't show you the blank, but it's factored into the percentage. Oh, okay. So this game does have the blank. If you draw it, you have to like put an adult in or whatever. Okay. Power supply first. Okay, good. Flip that switch. Make a beeline for the nest. What could go wrong, says GG. Yeah, get out of here. I trust Phil and I trust RC. GGSCV, I can't trust anything you say now. I know you're BSing me. Kanji's here. Hey, how can you get rid of noise? Or you can get rid of noise in the first game. Just means an alien is showing up. That is all. Get out of here. Yes, you are true. Okay, you are true. That is correct. Yeah. You clean up noise tokens, but when you're cleaning up noise tokens in the first one, it's not a fun time. This is true. Okay. Oh, man. So yeah, I guess we got to go 1, 2, 3 rooms over. I don't know if we'll get there that quick, but let's go try to turn on the backup power supply. Let's look through our cards, actually. Like, I have no idea what this character does. Oh, it gave us the lab rat, not the hacker. I clicked hacker. Am I toast? Should I restart? I can restart and we can get different options. But I know you guys were yelling hacker. I clicked on hacker. I thought I clicked the hacker like right before it ended. I didn't realize I missed it and we got the lab rat. Are we okay? Should I just play with the lab rat? Like, I don't care if we win or not, but I just don't want to play with the character that's like totally useless and I never do anything on the cards and just get annoyed because it doesn't align with your objectives. So discovering all intruder weaknesses or start the... I think we just do this one and just start the contingency, right? Like, we should be okay. Repairing a room, we'll need that. That's helpful, right? I don't know what cards are common in this one. Discard slime, weird metabolism. One contamination card from your hand will be discarded. You will get two cards from your deck. You can just get rid of a contamination card? Oh, discard it, not get rid of it. Yeah, you just discard it. So it's still like in your cycle of cards. Get rid of slime, okay. You can die with that character just as easily. RC loves the lab rat. Okay, good. Okay, I just want to make sure if we're fine to just play this character, I'm totally okay with check. I've never played the lab rat, so I think when I played my first one, I think I got the lab rat. But again, or the hacker. But there was a different character was the option, and it picked it like before I even understood what was going on. It just randomly grabbed me the hacker. So I clicked through some of his cards and kind of played for like you know, a half hour till I died or whatever. But yeah, check out the LR. It's Labrat. So rest, scan, contamination cards, search. I know these cards. I know search. I know rest from the first game. Basic repairs. That makes sense. I know that. Demolition. I know this card. So weird metabolism must be unique to her and unique to this game because I've never seen that. Nothing in my discard, obviously. Let's see. What else we got? Inconspicuous, which is a reaction. This card can be used as a reaction to certain events during the game, like retarget intruder attack. An intruder will attack another player instead of you. Okay, in solo, that's useless, right? But you could ignore a noise roll. I'm all for that. Oh, the interruption card, right? The multiplayer card? Yeah, this is useless in our game. But you can just throw them away to do other actions, which is fine. No card is a dead card, really. Toggle noise token. Noise token will be added or removed from the selected corridor. What is this character's... I like what this character's doing, I think. Now, I start with no weapon or anything, so, like, I have to be more of, like, sneaky and manipulative here, but it's not about the gung-ho killing, but neither is really anything in this game. You should never really kind of play that way. Unless that's your objective and you're playing with, like, you know, a fighter character or whatever, with lots of good weapon stuff, or you're crafting a flamethrower or something. Oh, Xeno and Labrat are your favorites, says RC. Okay. Bill says, I usually do one card moves on rooms that don't have noise, but that's just me.
I'm not bad. I'm just drawn that way.
I'm going to turn it up a little bit. Let me know if the game gets too loud, guys, but the character's like, you know, talking and getting bored in the background and yawning and stuff, which is kind of like funny. But just let me know if it gets like too loud or whatever. I'll just turn it up a little bit. Yeah, just let me know when it's making sound, if it's too loud or too quiet. Okay. So strong you can move without careful more safely. Okay, so let's yeah, well, let's just do a normal move. We are going to... We'll just go in the one we're facing here, right? So let's start playing here, I guess. I don't know if there's anything else I can explain other than as we play, kind of go through things that pop up and stuff. Obviously, combat's like a little weird, but it's kind of cool. It shows you the percentages that you'll actually hit them and stuff, which is neat. I appreciate that stuff. Okay, so we just click, double click. Yeah, double click. So I think we can... I don't know. What do we do? Get rid of rest? Pay?
Oh no.
Okay. So what just happened there? Oh, noise went here. Here, I can rotate it. Yeah, so noise went into I am assuming that's the vents, right? Number 2 leads to vents. I just wish to... Oh, it does show. Maybe? Does it? No? No, it doesn't. Oh, it does. Is that what the yellow dot is? Noise, and then that means number 2? I just wish it showed numbers in the corridors. You know the way you look at the board game, like Nemesis or Lockdown? I'm assuming Lockdown has the corridor numbers right printed on the physical board in the board game. I wish in the map here, I don't see it over here. I wish I could toggle on the corridor numbers. So, like, I knew, like, how many numbers were which way if I was going to move in that room and then roll the die, how likely it was. I just don't see it. But I do see now there's yellow flashing where the noise is in the vents, which is super neat. Vent control room. Oh, this is the airlock procedure. Okay. So, yeah, green is we've just explored the room, I guess, right? Okay, let's see. Choose a room with vents. Any fires in... Oh, okay, yeah. We can get rid of fires. All doors in the corridors connected to that room will be locked. A, if the doors remain locked until the event phase, all life forms in the room will die. So if a character... You can trap a character in there, but if they get out, they're fine. But if they stay in, they're in trouble. If any of the doors are open or destroyed, the procedure is aborted. Oh, okay. It kills all life forms in the selected room or extinguish fire in the selected room. Okay, cool. A noise in corridor, and that's a good point. You should put that in your thing at the end. Yeah. Oh, you could do it right on the fly. Like, it can be like, let's see. Suggestion. Put corridor numbers visible. Put corridor numbers as a toggle on the map screen. That's how I type amazing. Put corridor numbers as a toggle on the map screen. Done. Easy. And that goes to their spam folder, obviously. They definitely have me flagged. If they're watching the video, I'm sure they're like, this guy's an idiot. He's just complaining about everything. But I'm trying to improve it. I want it to be a great game because I love playing Nemesis board game. If Nemesis Lockdown wasn't so expensive and wasn't so similar to the first one, I would also own that one. But yeah, if I could play it digitally with some friends, including some of you guys, when it comes out from far away, that's priceless. I'm in. I love trying to find out who's lying to me and who's not, and we all die in the end. It would be great. Okay. So let's rotate. So we're north again because I will go in the wrong rooms. I did it already. I will do it again. Okay. So if we go in the next room, okay, can we? Yeah, we can't see anything. So like, yeah, right now I know the vent is covered. But again, the same problem, right? I don't know if the vent in the next room is like 3 and 4 or 1 and 2. But there are 4. No, there aren't 4. There's only 2 doors to the room and the vents. So out of that, I'm assuming there's 4 numbers, right, for the corridors. So it's like this could be 1 and 2, this could be 3, and this could be 4. So it's just like, what are the likelihoods for doing a safe move or a regular move, right? So how does this card work again? With the noise, where is it? Did I get rid of it? Oh, that I was looking at my deck. Yeah, I don't have the noise card right now. All right. So this room is damaged, right? Yeah, this room is broken. You cannot use a room and computer actions. So yeah. And this is a yellow item room, and there's 2 uses. I think that's what that means. When I hover over this little item crate in the corner. I don't know. Should I be searching for items already? I should do a careful move to the next one. Best way to kill other character or queen. Exactly, they have to love the game to have made this. Definitely not a money grabber game. I feel it's super true to the board game version. Again, the only complaint RC is I wish they actually got a tutorial working before releasing it in early access. At least something that walks the player through the game, shows them the interface, explains why they're doing what they're doing. You know, maybe can browse through the character cards and things before they pick their character and stuff like that. They'll get there. They'll get there. That's the only thing I wish they had from the start. So I could recommend it to you guys and be like, yeah, you never played it? Don't worry. You'll learn how to play it in this, you know? But right now I can only recommend it to people who have read or played or own Nemesis Lockdown, you know, and can go through cards or the rule book or have the reference sheets to help supplement that. That's all. 2 items in crate. Thought somebody was... No? Okay. Question, says Matthias. Using the noise, removing card, and then using another card to move is any different from using the 2 cards to move carefully? When you move carefully, you get to pick where you put your noise. But I'm assuming if you move and a noise token goes down, then you use a card to remove it, you're at 0 noise, for example, right? Or you can remove noise from where you think you might be going, which will reduce the chance of noise landing there in the next room. If that makes sense. Yeah. Yep. Okay. All right. Let's carry on. Let's carry on. So we're going north. And we're going to move careful. So I go up here. So like I said, you can click around. This is totally useless. I'm sure it's more funny when I have multiplayer and we're like moving around the room and we're like role playing, you know, and talking to each other. Like, I can't hear you from that side. Come on over here. But this isn't a move. That's not an action. That's not spending cards. This is just fun in the video game, moving around. It's like moving your miniature around the same little tile in the board game. It's like, why are you doing that? I just thought it was weird they did that. But it does help you with camera, right? So if you want to like go to this computer, you know, it physically goes over to it. So this airlock procedure, you know, it's just cool. It's like just weird. I thought it was like, wait, why am I moving? But yeah, so let's go to this room. And then we'll pick 2 cards. Now we could get slime, so like I'm kind of thinking of keeping this. We could go into a broken room we need to fix to restore the backup power maybe. So I keep that. I don't think I want to... I care about closed doors. I don't think. Maybe I'll want an item. Maybe I'll just get rid of one of my search cards and a demolition card to do the move carefully.
Oh no.
Okay, so see, now I see that the backup power supply is through corridor 1 and 2 is the number. So the vents, I don't know what number they are. Oh, this is 4, I see. I see the 4 down here at the bottom when I hover. So what about the... Oh, the vent's 3. See, you got to hover over here. I just wish that stuff was more visible, more obvious. Because I definitely, when I'm playing a board game, Nemesis, I use that with my strategy. Is kind of like quickly at a glance, you can tell your odds kind of moving into a room. What are you likely to roll on the die? How likely are you to have an alien confront you? Which way should you be going? Yeah. So choose a corridor to make noise. Since I moved quietly, I'm going this direction, so I'm assuming I'm choosing this one. Right? And that's only one number that is now taken on the die face that could screw me. But this one, 1 and 2 are still good. I don't know. So this is the laboratory. So now let's look at our map. So we have the laboratory, which is where you... Oh, it's where you analyze objects. Yes, yes, yes. Yes, which can increase our knowledge. Yes. But we're not really trying to, like, weaken them and fight them or anything, so... I mean, that could slow them down or something. All right. Now, here's the question. Do I stay in this room? Do I move to the next room? Is it cautious move? Is it regular move? Should I hold 3 cards and just pass? And, you know, be more safe and careful? These are the things that go through the mind as an Nemesis player. RC says remove noise is what you do before you move is generally what I use it for. That's smart. Yeah, remove the noise from the same corridor you're about to go through, which reduces the chance in the next room of noise landing there and messing you up. Yeah, Kanji, this is 100% the board game. 100%. 1-to-1 with the board game. This is not like that Nemesis Distress I was playing last week that's like trying to be a video game with some board game rules in it. That's trying to be like a first-person survival. This is straight up kind of like as Gloomhaven Digital is to Gloomhaven. This is Nemesis Lockdown Digital to Nemesis Lockdown. So it's like it's trying to be... They should have done this for the regular Nemesis first, I wish. Maybe they don't have the rights to make the exact same game or something. I don't know. But, yeah, they should have just went with this approach, but did it for the original Nemesis first. That game is much more popular. People have owned that game, played that game. It's higher ranked on BoardGameGeek.com. That would have got it in front of people's eyes. It's probably less complex, too, without as many weird systems that they've added to this game. I mean, they're similar. Maybe they're not too more complex, but there's just some weird things going on here. yeah, maybe it would have been more simple for them to just do Nemesis, the board game, first, a true board game, get everyone hooked on that, and then work on Lockdown after, and then advertise that to everybody who's playing the digital game, and then, you know, you'll get some players into that, and then maybe those players would buy the board game after if they, you know, fell in love with it. But yeah, this is what we got, though. And like I said, when this is in full release, I'm hoping to play it multiplayer on stream. We can have some fun, and off stream too. I definitely want to play this game and try it out, like with some other players and stuff. I think that's the best way to experience Nemesis, in my opinion. If you mouse over the area where the pass bar is, you can see the game log. Okay. I think I saw it for a second. Oh, hold on. I saw it. You have to hover above the pass. Okay, there's our game log. I see it on the right. Okay, I see it. So game has started, room explored, lab rat caused noise in corridor 2, lab rat move, paid, rest, room explored, laboratory token malfunction. So that will help you multiplayer too, right? See what the other players are doing. Lab rat quiet move, paid with search and demolition. Lab rat has finished move. Nice. You don't want to have too few cards in the dark. These aliens are nasty in the dark. Okay, so that will help us, right? So I should just pass? Careful move with 0 cards, so I play a little reckless. Okay. Yeah, I'm gonna careful move. I'm gonna do it. Let's do it. Search, then pass? Uh-oh. Cancel. Search. Can I search in here even though the room's like wrecked? Oh, medical item. Yeah, I'll search. So I search, get item. I have all check marks. So the counter will be reduced by 1. You'll have to choose one of the drawn items. Okay, cool. I can't be in combat. Room, have any items to search. It has a search card. Okay. So let's go search. All right, what do I pick here? We have a medical stapler. What? We can dress a heavy wound. I don't have undressed serious wounds. And we can heal light wounds, but I don't have any light wounds yet. So that's cool that it shows you, like, you know, the checks and what you're kind of looking for. That's helpful. This one says selected heavy wound. This is a med kit. Selected heavy wound will be dressed. Okay. Oh, and then it can heal a heavy wound. So you can dress or heal. So that's kind of neat. This one can't be used in combat. This one can be used anytime, and they both cost an extra card to use. Which one? Which one is the play? I had never seen a medical stapler before, but that just sounds cooler. Hold on, I'm bleeding out the side here. Let me just 1 sec, alien. I just gotta staple. All right, now we're good. Let's fight. Medkit? Alright, we're going medkit. Thank you, RC. Let's go medkit. Add to backpack. Alright. And then we pass. So we could discard. Maybe I discard this one. And if I do, we'll get slimed when we go in the next room. If I keep it, we won't get slimed. So what should we do? I wish I could see what the abilities are when I'm choosing to discard one. I think I'll just discard this weird metabolism just so we can just draw into more cards and see more things. Oh no, but I shouldn't, right? I should hold 2 cards because we're in the dark, right? Yeah, let's just hold.
Attention, intruder movement detected.
Because that will be less chance of us having bad things happen. So here's the event phase.
In section 2. Creeper evolved into breeder.
So that's stuff changing in the bag. We drew a creeper. So the event phase, like you draw event cards, I think, and things happen. So that turned off the power in Sector 2, but that was because on that track I showed you up here at the top, there was this little power thing. And I think it's the highest sector that has power loses power when that happens. So yeah. Okay. So let's check our hand now. We got search, basic repairs, weird metabolism, inconspicuous. Ooh, ignore noise roll. And ignore darkness, ignore surprise attack, feel of the dark. So this character like kind of like handles the dark well. I can see why this could be a favorite. The medical cross on the top of the icon is for crafting, I think. It's to tell you that you need that medical symbol for the crafting items. I'm pretty sure, if I'm remembering correctly. Yeah, so right here, see this neutralizer? You need one action card to use it. You need a medical item and a fire symbol chemical item or whatever to be able to craft it. So that's just letting you know, like, that card is valuable for crafting if you want to use it for that. Oh, she's blind. Oh, I didn't even notice. You were right. She does. I see it now when I look at the character thing in the bottom. If you look at her little icon there in the bottom left, you can see. I didn't even notice that though when I was looking on. Yeah, she doesn't have that in the 3D model though. So you can see there in the top right, top center there, she's got like a blindfold on. But the character herself doesn't have a blindfold. That's coming in a future update. The blindfold physics are being developed. They don't have the textures yet for the fabric. Yeah. All right. So let's just move carefully, I think. We're gonna get rid of a search. I think I want to keep, or should I? Still does not mean she's not blind. I know. I'm just saying, why does it not match? See, I see it here in the art. Like, why does the art not match? Why does the character figure not match the art in the game? That's all I'm saying, James. That's all I'm saying. Like, it would be more obvious if she matched the original artist's rendition from the board game. That's all I was trying to state there. It's like, you know, come on. I know what you mean. I wasn't saying that. Brad is good in dark, but when power on, use reaction cards as other cards. Cool. I know you're kidding. I know you're kidding. Okay. Okay, I'm going to assume the room might be broken and it won't slime me. So let's get rid of this weird metabolism for fun. I don't know if that's the right call, but that's what I'm going to do.
Careful.
It's in the dark. It's not broken. Anything happen? Did we get slimed or something? No. I'm going to choose... Okay, hold on. Where's this contingency procedure thing we're gonna work on? Where is that? That was... Is it this one? Yes. So I'm assuming the general direction, based on bad things happening, could change it. But the general direction we're going is power, turn on power, or backup power. Go to the elevator? I don't know if going through the elevator, I think it costs an action. I don't know if it costs an action to make the elevator come to your floor. I'm not sure. Or is it just better to go through the stairs? Is that less actions? It could be more risky, but... And then we want to get our way up to here, right? And then just start the contingency. And then, based on here... I don't know. We might need to know more information here, right? Because, like, I don't know. Should we... Or do we need to get to the 5... Do we need to get to the 5 knowledge first and then go to like isolation or the bunker, like probably isolation, right? But then isolation right now is a 20% chance based on us knowing that. And if we don't have the signal, like we could send the signal and then go into isolation, and that could be a better chance of survival, right? Like, are these the way I should be thinking? I still don't understand this contingency thing fully, but this percentages definitely help. Remember, you can never survive in the base. Yeah, like, I'm not sure what our overall goal is to get out, like, yet. But I'm hoping that will reveal itself, or should we be working towards revealing it ourselves? I don't know. So we're going to put noise behind us for sure, even though it's on the 1 and 2. Because we're going left, right? That's what I assume. Oh, okay, yeah. Yeah, RC, that's right. Yeah, in the alert room, you can also look at contingencies, right? So we'll do that first, if we can, to kind of see, to help our odds. Okay. So now we're restoring power, right? And that costs 2 cards. So we don't need to repair it. Yeah, I don't know. Okay, drag and drop to swap the power tokens. Click close to skip. Well, we're gonna, like, we need power in the elevator. Do I put power in our current place? Our current sector? Because we're gonna be in it for a bit. Like, I have to pass after this, I think. And I'm gonna still be stuck here. Should I make it light where we are? Or should I just leave it light where we're going? This is, I don't understand about the game enough yet to, like, I know it's good where we are, but also we're the lab rat. So, like, do we care about darkness as much? I don't know. Don't use elevators, just use the stairs? So I can turn off the power in the elevator then, is what you're saying. Put it on S2 and 2 on S3. So like this. Oh, I see. Yeah, the higher number one goes out first, right? So we want the power to go out where we are right now, because hopefully we're not there when it goes out. And then the lowest numbers go off last. I remember reading that in the rulebook. Yeah, they turn off in descending order. Perfect. RC, Phil, like anyone else helping out here, I appreciate you guys a ton. Thank you so much. I wasn't sure if anyone would be here who knows this game, like knows the board game. I expected people to show up, but I'm very impressed. Thank you guys for being here to help me understand the digital and the lockdown rules. Because like trying to learn them this morning and last night was like, whoa! I did not expect to have to learn so much, and I still don't have my head fully wrapped around it. But I wish I started learning it. Like I wish I booted this game up and played it like last week. And then had more time to play through it a bunch and really get down with it. But I really wish I owned the board game. Usually I only play digital games of board games I already have owned or played so that I understand them better and then just use them as a means to play quickly without having to set up a board game or to play with people remotely who don't live near me so I can play with some different players. But yeah. In this case, I'm going at it without ever playing the regular game. So it's definitely a challenge. But thank you guys. I appreciate it. Okay, if you look at the status bar at the top, you'll see that the power turns off less frequently. Oh yeah, that I know. I remember reading about the backup power rules.
Restoring power.
Yeah, so okay, power's restored. So you see all those lightning turned off except for the ones that had 3 lightning bolts. So right now at 3 different points in the game, it will turn the power off unless this thing malfunctions or something, right? Which can still happen. Because that happened to me in my test game or whatever I was playing around. It was like piece of crap. Okay. Oh, James, thank you for helping too. Aliens have better ambush numbers in the dark. Oh, okay. Beetle says, so just ordered Bard Song. I think it's more of a game I would like than Massive Darkness. Beatles, what does that have to do with Nemesis Lockdown, the digital board game? Just kidding. That's cool. Yeah, I don't know which one I would like better either. I haven't played both, but based on recommendations from our audience, Massive Darkness was the play. But my audience, like, you know, including you, like, I feel like my audience recommendations usually are good. Usually they know. But again, doesn't mean I'll never play Bardsong, but both companies that publish both those games, I think they're not great, and they could use a lot of work. So I don't really like to play their games or support their games too much. But yeah, they don't make the best games in my opinion either. Not to mention their customer service and stuff and their business practices. So many reasons why I would probably, you know, if I didn't have a YouTube channel and people telling me otherwise, I probably never would buy Massive Darkness or Bardsong to play at all, period. But because we have an audience that's like telling us they're interested in it and think we might like it, that's why we bought Massive Darkness. So just keep that in mind. I still haven't played it to know if it's even any good. I might still think it's trash. And I think Bardsong, after watching videos and researching and reading the rules for that game too, it seemed like a snooze fest. A grindy, boring, crappy combat, lame game. But that's just me. It had some cool stuff going for it though. I was interested, but anyways. We want you to play everything. Yeah, so you can find out whether you spend money on it or not. I know what you're up to. I know what you're up to. I don't have the time to play everything. And I don't want to just play everything once and then move on. I like to play things that I like more than once. So if that's the case, I'll never be able to play all of the great games that come out every year. So it's a constant struggle. Beetle says, well, I am grindy at times. A digital version of Max Darkness would be awesome, says Matthias. I don't know. I wanna see how rolling fistful of dice in that game feel. As digital games, you don't get that dice chucker feeling, right? So it's like that could be one of the best things in the game. And if digital loses that, then I don't know. We'll see. Okay. So now what? I have one card left, so I'm just passing, right? Yeah, let's just pass. Yes.
Attention, intruder movement detected. No more suspicious activity in selected locations.
Oh, we gotta select our objective. We have seconds. Oh my god, what do we do? What do we do?
Increased intruders activity.
I understand why they have the timers for multiplayer, but those shouldn't be in solo like that. Those should not be in solo. Hopefully they take those out. Okay, one sec. Please remove card choice selection timers in solo mode. Exclamation point. Send. This is awesome. I don't think I've ever played a game with an easier bugs reporting system ever, or suggestion system in the middle of gameplay. I love it. It always leads you to like a website and stuff, and like a freaking form that's gonna take 20 minutes to fill out. This I love. Man, I'm gonna use and abuse that all day. All right. You're gonna put some funny ones in later. Don't worry. we'll make the devs laugh a little bit later. All right. So this tells me we have a larva in our room. Why am I hovering up here? I think it's goofing up. It bumped me out of the room to show me the larva. But I understand what's happening here. Oh, yeah. Okay. So what do the larvas do to us? It's been a while. Uninjured larva. It's got melee attack informations. Dice. Standard melee attack has a 66% chance of hitting with base damage 1, max damage 1. I don't have a gun or anything to see other options.
Yeah.
Alright. Let's just get out of here. You need to do all caps. No, we're not yelling at them. They have time. It's early access. They can fix stuff. They have time. They just need to be quicker. Quicker on the tutorial stuff. All the things that I've been suggesting so far, they can take their time. Those are just nice to haves later. Oh, they should be optional in multiplayer too. I agree, Pontus. If the person creating the server or the game or whatever on the server, you should be able to turn off that stuff. I did select, it said time limit unlimited when I started my solo game, but I don't know what that means. Does that mean I could just sit here unlimited on my screen? I think that's what that means, because in multiplayer, I doubt I'd be able to sit here and talk to you guys for 5 minutes, 10 minutes, 20 minutes before I keep taking my actions. I'm sorry if you're watching this later. Hopefully I explained at the beginning, this is not a concise pro strategy playthrough. We're just dabbling with the game and playing around with the systems and the interface and stuff. The hardcore multiplayer or solo playthroughs will come later when it's in full release. Don't run from the larva? So what should I do? Just fight it? The game log should explain it. So I drew an event card coolant leak. Adult breeder queen to corridor 1. Lab rat caused noise in corridor 1. Spawned larva in backup power supply. Larva unsuccessfully made a surprise attack on lab rat. End of event phase number 14. Just punch it with 66% chance? Alright, let's do it. Like the way the mouse turns to a little knife. This one. Get him. Let's get in close for the super graphics. Look at that. We blew it up into a mist of fire embers. And a spaghetti noodle of flame. Awesome. I am definitely going to piss off their parents of that larva. Okay. If you get infected, it makes the game so much harder. Yeah, because if I just run, right? That's what happens? Or if they attack me? I forget. It's been a while. Yeah. Can I find that in the wiki? Let's find out about intruders. Larva. Combat? As a result of the attacks, you may receive light wounds, serious wounds, contamination, slime, and larva. But that's all I get there. I don't get specifics. Alright. Oh, if you run, it draws an attack card. I remember that. But then it's like only if it matches, right? Then you get hit. Click on text, it will show cards played. Huh. James Murray, thank you for subscribing. Welcome to the channel. Thank you, thank you. Okay. Let's just go to the elevator room. Yeah, right? Okay. Oh no. Ooh, careful move, I guess. Let's put it here. Okay. There's an objective where you must be infected with larva. Oh, that's cool. Robert says larva impregnates you if you run away, at least in board game. Okay. Oh yeah, yeah. You have to put it like on your player board, right? The little mini. Yeah, I think I remember this. Okay. All right. Oh, what should I do? Now, I could do a regular move, and I have this reaction to ignore a surprise attack. But I don't think that's smart, right? I should just pass while I'm in light and then try to get through the staircase on the next turn. Oh, when you're in powered on sections, your interrupt cards are better used to move and such. Okay. Yes, what, James? Yes, what? Are you saying yes, stay where I am? Or yes, should I move into the stairwell? I do have this ignore darkness, ignore surprise attack. But then I'm still trapped with an alien, right? Even if I ignore the surprise attack. And ignore darkness, like, I'm assuming that's if an effect is like gonna harm me, right? Alright, I'm leaning on passing. Pass? Okay, yeah. That's what I'm thinking. Like, I remember in the early turns in the game, doing careful movement and passing is totally a valid thing. But now with this light and dark, it definitely adds a whole new thing to it. I'll just keep these, I guess.
Attention. Intruder movement detected.
Intruder movement. Intruder movement.
Larva evolved into adult.
Okay, more adults in the bag. Okay, let's just check the map for a sec. So, like, what happened there? Let's check. We draw an event, Scent of Blood. Oh, there we go. There's the cards we're looking for. I was trying to find one to click on. Scent of Blood. There we go. We're seeing the cards from the board game. This is what I want to see more of. In any digital board game, I want to be able to see the exact cards and iconography you see in the board game. Love it. Scent of Blood. Place a noise marker in each corridor without a noise marker connected to a room with a character who has any undressed serious wounds. So we're okay there. But this is something to look forward to. Place an adult intruder in each room with a character who has any undressed serious wounds and is not in combat? What is that? Is that if it's in darkness or something? What does that mean? Is this like a darkness box? Is that what's happening at the bottom there? Like, I don't know what this red symbol is, but I see the lightning bolt, which I'm thinking when power is turned off. That's what I think that means. Bottom half is darkness. Okay, that is disgusting. Okay, now I get it. Okay, so if you're in darkness, there's like a bad part on the bottom of cards now. Okay. Yeah, see, if I own the board game, I'd be looking through all these components before I play the digital game and make sure like I can connect what's happening in the digital to the physical. I think it's just because I play less video games now and play way more board games. So that's how I need to roll, but all right. Let's move on. Toggle noise token. No. Unless we have a vent in here and I can toggle the vent noise token, right? How do I know? No. I should have done that, though, in this room, right? If I would have toggled the noise token in the vent, that would have been probably a really smart play if I'm allowed to do that. Right? Is that what that does? Noise token will be added or removed from the selected corridor. Yeah, I should have done that, right? I'm seeing my mistakes. Okay, let's just go in the staircase. I've never used the staircase yet. I used the elevator before. It was kind of cool. Oh, you can't toggle the vent. Okay, vent's not considered a corridor? Okay, now I don't feel as dumb. I mean, yeah, guys, I knew that. I wouldn't try to use it on the vent. Duh. Yeah, okay. Okay. All right. Okay. Let's do careful, because it's been working for us. I'm gonna try it in the room though to see what happens. Targets intruder. What if I want to try this ignore noise roll? Yeah, like maybe I'll try that like moving standard and then just reacting and ignoring the noise roll. Does it re-roll it? I want to look. How does that work exactly? Your noise roll during the intruder... Oh, only during the... I see. I see. During the intruder bag development step, the event will be skipped. Yeah, sorry, not a movement noise roll. I see. Yeah, it has to be perform noise roll in event phase. I get it, I get it, I get it. Okay. Got it. Got it. All right, we got there. Okay, careful. We're going to not have this. And... I don't know. This. Sure.
Only the patient man will pass.
I'll put it here. Okay, then I'm going to look at my cards. I'm going to try this toggle. I'm going to toggle this noise token. Yeah, it does. No, no, no. Oh, it removed the noise token from behind me. I was trying to click on the one on the vent, but it's because this was highlighted. How do we undo? Undo, undo. Damn it. I was just trying to see if it would work on the vents. Even though I know it probably wouldn't. Damn it. Alright, let's get out of here. I'm going to do just the standard move. There's our first dice roll here. 2. So it goes up here. Okay. So normally when you just move regular, roll a die, and then it goes to a random corridor. It could go to all the corridors. Alright, I think I'm going to just pass here. Yeah, let's just pass.
Attention. Intruder movement detected. Power failure in Section 3. Increased intruders activity.
Oh! Intruder spawned where I am. No. It attacked me. I'm slimed and or I'm bleeding or have a damage. Each silence on the die basically is considered a danger when drawing a noise. Oh, yeah. Oh, what do I do now? This crap. This is where I stop liking the game. Whenever I have a big adult alien in my room and I have no weapons or anything. Alright, so how does this... What are my options here? All these red ones I can't use, right? Ignore a surprise attack. Why didn't I get to do that? Oh, I have to be in darkness. I forgot that was the thing. Intruder performs an attack on you. Yeah, I have to be in dark to use those. I get it. I now know why you guys are saying just use them to move. So now I just run, right? But then it's going to roll the die and it just follows me. That's what always happens in Nemesis. Alright, so we're going to the right, right? Right. Yeah. Okay. I don't know this. So now I have 2 light wounds. We rolled a 2. Okay. 2 on the noise. Cooling system. We're in the cooling system room. I'll do it. I'll turn the self-destruct on. I'll kill all the aliens on myself. I don't care. They're all gonna die. No. Okay. So I have 2 light wounds, which you can see up in the top right here. Hitting 3 light wounds turns into 1 heavy wound. Slimed. I'm in light. Oh, the room I'm in is on fire. That explains the crackling I hear in my headphone right now. That's what this is. Okay, this room's burning. And there's a computer in the room. You're in a room with a computer. You can use the computer action if there's power in the section and there's no malfunction, which I don't have malfunction. So if I look at the computer cards, do I want to gain a knowledge? Do I want to peek at a chosen CSS? Do I want to swap power token? I don't know. Do I? Do I? These are things you can do. Again, there are things that are new to this board game version that I'm not familiar with. Keep running if it follows. Keep moving. East, I believe, is faster. Yeah, I'm going to go... Yeah, I'll go east and then into the alert room. Yeah, we'll just keep rolling. Keep on moving. Should I just keep running? Yeah, I should run. Regular move, right? Save my cards.
Oh my god.
Oh my god, what'd you say that for? What was that, the vent? Wait, was the vent cleared? In this room? I thought... I don't get it. I just rolled noise on a vent. Were the vents clear all of a sudden? I thought they all had noise. Or only is it the vents for the section? But then these vents up here are noise. I'm not sure how these vents and noise are working in this game. I thought I understood it was the same, but... Hey, Eddie. Afternoon. Okay. Let's just keep going, I guess. This is a medical room with 2 items. Oh, where are my items, actually? Oh, these are heavy wounds, yeah. And this was the nest. We don't care about that. Do I search? Do I still have... Now, is there a play where I search and just pass? Or should I just get to the alert room as fast as possible? What are you guys thinking in the chat? What should I do? I have 3 cards. I have search, basic repairs, which the basic repairs I might need to use in the alert room, like I'm betting it's going to be malfunctioning when I need to. Whatever room I need to use for an objective in Nemesis, that room's always broken. That's just the way it is. Alert room. RC saying search. Okay. All right, here we go. What to do? Do a quick poll. Search for medical item or move to alert room. Excuse me. Let's do a super quick poll. So feel free to vote in the chat. I have 3 cards. What do you think? Should I just move to the alert room? Which is the room I'm working towards. And safe or cautious, I should put that in the poll, was a normal move or a safe move or whatever. Or should I just stay in here and search? Now, what's surgery do? Surgery is the one that removes contamination cards. You could remove a larva or get 1 light wound and pass. Oh, I see. That's what it does. All that stuff. I see. So this is not the room that I heal light wounds in, is what I'm getting from this. This is the one that gets baby aliens out of my tummy. Okay. So yeah, feel free to vote in the poll. I'm going to close it. Once it hits 1 minute, I'll close it up. And we'll do what the chat says. All right. Ending the poll. 75% voted to search for medical. Okay. All right. All right. Do we go with a analyze tool set, which is a medical or a component type health for crafting. Can't be used in combat. Costs 1 to use it. Lets you analyze an object. You pay 1 card, player not in combat. Any item to analyze, carcass, egg, or corpse. Oh, this helps you find weaknesses. Or you can scan contamination cards in your hand. All infected cards will be discarded. Should we worry about that? Or the knife. Look at this scalpel. You can remove larvae yourself. But you suffer a light wound. Oh, you can use it to attack an intruder. The selected intruder will suffer 1 damage. You will get 1 contamination card. Now that sucks too. All this sucks. I like this one though. That's kind of cool. RC saying go for the knife or the scalpel. Anyone else? Any suggestions? Oh man. All right. We'll go with the knife. I guess. I don't know. Oh, I don't know. In case we get a larva, right? That could be helpful. Should have moved. I agree. These items aren't helping me. In case the larva. The badass uses a knife to remove his own larva. All right. Yep. Let's be badass if we need to. Add it to the backpack. I can still move. I'll just have like one card left if I do a regular move. Yeah, we're not in darkness, are we? No. Okay, let's use it to move. Let's do it. Let's get crazy. Let's do both. Okay, let's do both. Which way? Which way? It's this way, right? Yeah. No, it's down. Oh, I almost did the wrong room again. Alert room. It's labeled right here, Rob. What are you doing? Two. Okay, that's the previous. That's where we came from. Okay, that's fine, I think. I don't know. And then I'll just pass. It's not malfunctioning. Is that... It's in light, not malfunctioning. We're slimed. We have 2 light wounds. Okay. I don't know. Pass. I was hoping we would have found an item to get rid of a light wound or something. I know I wish we had another card. I know.
Attention.
I should have listened to you, Phil. I admit it.
No more suspicious activity in selected locations.
1 corridor cleared. Okay.
Intruder movement detected.
Oh, we have an adult running around. Adult in Sector 1. Adult in Sector 1.
Stopper.
Or actually, that's a, is that a breeder? I think it's a breeder symbol, no? Oh, they're destroying elevators? What?
Increased intruders activity.
All character performs a noise roll, and we spawned an intruder. Look at all this noise. No. Okay, there's no intruder in the room we're in, right? Let's see. Yeah. Oh, it's a breeder. Yeah, I thought so. Okay, it's a breeder. And then... I thought it showed a larva somewhere. Or that was just a bag development, maybe. That was just a bag development. Click the event. I know, but I want to see if I could figure it out without reading this. I want to see if, like, the interface would, like, you know, we could deduce. Right. So we drew event card. Kick stopper. Flip the power token in the elevator to its inactive side. Place a malfunction marker in all elevator rooms. No. Okay. Adult, comma, breeder, comma, queen to corridor 2. Lab rat causes noise in corridor 2. End of event, phase number 11. Look at this. We're getting there. We're getting there. All right. Now we do some room stuff, right? We're going to peek at contingency. Cost 2 cards. Yeah, we might want to discard slime, right? We don't need to repair the room. We don't care about interrupt. Alright, so we're peeking at our contingency. Oh, look at this. Well, that was creepy. So now we know the impossible ending scenarios. The corporation's not going to save everybody. They're not going to kill all with knowledge less than 5 in isolation or bunker. And they're not going to kill all with knowledge less than 5 in isolation or bunker. Okay. Okay. So I guess there's 2 cards of that in a deck that get drawn or something in the game. Chance of survival. It's gone to 75% in the CSS, but 50% in the bunker and 25 in isolation. Oh my god. RC says send signal and head to bunker or look again. Again. Okay. So we can just keep looking again, and it'll just like, what does that do? Just in the board game sense, just draw us another card and like thin out the deck. I like this. This is kind of neat. I don't know if I like this better than the Earth and Engines thing in the first game. I think that's like really fun. That's one of my favorite parts of that game. But this is kind of neat thematically. I like this. This is cool. All right. We'll do it again and then pass. Oh, no. But we got so much noise in the room. Oh, what should we do? Oh, okay. What about the, starting the contingency? We don't do that yet, right? Read more. So contingency procedure, we meet the requirements. You would start the contingency procedure. The game will end after the 5 round. After the procedure starts, the isolation room is opened. You'd carefully move out, look for transmitter room, and come back. Okay, let's look at the map. Transmitter room we've not seen yet, right? We don't know. It could be to the right of us, right? But it also could be in the south. Like, we literally have 8 possible places it could be. And some of them are right near where we started, so it kind of sucks we didn't, like, poke around a little, but I guess we had to turn the power on, right? Power clears noise away. Oh, sorry, what are you saying? Should I turn on some power? Do I have a card that does something that you guys are saying? Safe move. Okay. Okay. Safe move. Safe move. Which room, though? Is it better to go this one? That has 2 spots where noise could be put? And I'm okay putting noise in this corridor. Yeah, probably, right? Go to the northeast room there. Northeast room. Yeah, okay. Oh, I have a contamination, I see. Oh, man. Uh-oh. So we found the emergency room where you can dress all heavy wounds, heal dress wounds, and heal light wounds. And what's this cost in a medical room? 2 items. Okay. Heal light wounds is 2 cards we don't have. I see. Yeah, we should try to do this, right? Called danger. There was a token on the room that triggered that. Oh, yeah, that's right. Yeah. When you flip the tokens, you can get like slime, the danger roll, silence roll. Yeah, I remember those. Too bad it didn't show the animation of the token flipping, like when it does the dice roll. You know, they should show that board game token flipping. The little exploration tokens. Yeah.
Attention. Intruder movement detected. No more suspicious activity in selected locations.
Okay.
Intruder movement detected. Queen activity detected.
Yeah, okay, yeah, in the log I see. You can click on it and you see like a little tiny danger token and it explains it. Yeah. I'm sure they'll add that kind of stuff. Again, early access, only been in early access for 3 weeks. So it's okay. It's definitely very playable, I think. Like, I'm not, like, complaining. They're just nice suggestions that hopefully we'll see in the next 6 months or a year before it comes out in early, or, release, full release. Now, to clear slime, I have an item card that does it. I just use it, right? It'll come back around. Should I just heal all my light wounds? Like, well, that heals all of them, right? Is that not a good play for 2 cards to get rid of my 2 light wounds? Buy myself a little bit more time before I get a heavy wound, and then I'm, like, wasting 2 cards to just regular move and stuff? You know? Like, that's what I think. I think I should just heal my light wounds. It got kind of lucky. It showed up, and let's just, like, take advantage of it before I have heavy wounds. I'm hating my life. Okay. I'm just making sure. I'm like, this is what I see. I don't know. Okay, let's do... I could also do the get rid of the contamination card with the rest, right? But is that better to wait till I have... All contamination cards in your hand will be scanned. All uninfected cards will be discarded. Any of the scanned cards are infected. If you don't have a larva, you're infested. If you already have a larva, you die. Maybe I shouldn't do this yet. Just forget. Okay. Yeah, okay. This is obviously going, I think. And then one of these. Okay.
Light wounds has been healed.
Okay. Then... let's just do this. Remove 1 uninfected card. Okay, great. Sure.
Attention. Intruder movement detected. Intruder movement detected.
It's in the elevator. In the elevator room.
Increased intruders activity.
Oh, boo. We have an adult in the emergency room. All that heal is about to go away. Isolation is open. You can now lock yourself in the isolation room. I should have probably started the contingency plan while I was there, right? What do I do now? This guy. What do I got? Over surprise. Okay. Run, right? Yeah, of course. No, I should punch it with my melee attack, right? My run chance is 17%. This is not going to be great. So, oh, man, I hate this game. Okay. I guess, yeah, let's just keep going. I still have a long game to come back. Oh, yeah, sure, okay. Yeah, after everything's on fire and I'm dying, there's aliens everywhere. Yeah, no problem. Tons of noise. Yeah, we'll come back, no problem. All right, let's. Oh yeah, I gotta rotate again. This is the problem. I'm gonna click the wrong room. Okay, we're going in here. Move, pay 1 card. This one. Ugh. Oh, I have an arm wound. Oh, look, I rolled the silence, but it's actually a danger because I'm slimed. And this guy followed me. The character has only 1 hand slot for... I do not even have anything as my hand slot, so I guess that's like a pretty good draw for a wound. Okay, let's continue on. So what did I find? I find the decon room. What is the decon room? Decon room sort of... Oh, decontamination. Which removes all infected contamination cards from your hand, removes larva, removes slime. Well, we can't use it because he's here. Go south. Yeah. All right, we're going south. Probably should save that card too. Oh, what does this mean? He's following us again. What the heck? Oh, we discovered the nest. No. We got some knowledge. Sure, that's great. Awkward. So listen, we definitely haven't found the alert room. And the guy followed us. What do we do now? Go west? Or do we go to the stairs? If we go west and it's the alert room, oh man, we're living the dream. Go west, okay. Alright, let's try. This is so bad. Oh my god. Stop. Oh, we got another
Oh my God.
serious wound. And we rolled a 2, okay. What's this? Eyes. Our eyes. You're always counted as being in darkness. Is that kind of good for us, right? With our cards and things? I don't know. It's probably bad though. That's not the same thing as having the power out, right? So like rooms should still work and stuff. So we found the archive. What the hell is that for? Forget what the archive's for. Is that something useful that we can use? Examine the archives. Increases knowledge. Get 1 contingency from the neutral pool. Activate knowledge token. Get 1 contingency from the neutral pool. What does that mean? Do you add a contingency? Do you get to know a new one? What is that? At least he didn't follow. Yeah, that's true. Discover. Use archive door shut behind you. Oh, it discovers. Find out another contingency. Okay, hold on. What should we do here? So you're saying, where is there a computer? How do I shut the door? I thought you need cards for that. Use archive door shut behind you. Or is there an action to do that? Explore token, shut the door. Oh, I see. I see what you're saying. Yeah, it did the door shutting. I should just look here. I should stop trying to figure it out without looking at the event log. Yeah, so we pulled a door token. I see. I see. Door, which character have entered this room are closed. Closed doors are marked with a standing door token in a corridor. Closed door prevents characters and intruders moving through this corridor. Grenade throwing is also affected. More on throw. Blah, blah, blah. Okay. So that's good. So. Do we just do this? Pay our cards? Find another contingency? I only have 2 cards left. But like, what are we doing? It'll help us know what we need to do, but like I think I'm gonna go back, like, because then maybe we know we don't need to do the signal, right? Like it might help us not need to find that alert room. Is that the idea here? Is that what I'm trying to do? I'm feeling like I just oh, Matthias, the my item, I have this quest item, the whale, right? But I can't do it while in combat, so I wouldn't have been able to do it while that alien was in the room with me. But it does. I get this item called whale. Single-use item that removes or adds all noise tokens on corridors in the section you are in, if you are in the nest. But I had to use this in the nest with an extra card, with not in combat, and then I get this little one-time item to use or whatever. Oh, dressing my heavy wound is probably good, right? Now, if I get a third wound, I die. Is that how that works in this? I forget, but... I thought it was 2 heavy wounds and you're dead, but I guess it's a third. Or no, it's if I get a light wound, I'm dead, right? As soon as I get a light wound now, I'm dead. Yeah. I don't know.
All heavy wounds have been dressed.
Yeah, 1 light after 3 heavy. Oh, it's 1 light after 3 heavy and I'm dead. Okay. Yeah, I forget what the... I remember it gets pretty sketchy. Okay. Alright. And this costs me... I'm thinking just passing with that. Yeah. We'll just pass. Or no, maybe I should... If I remove the noise, that could
Attention.
be...
Intruder movement detected.
Yeah, let's just try that. I just wanted to see. Let's remove a noise.
Intruder movement detected.
Yeah, go on the stairs. Not that I want to go that way. Oh, now there's one in here.
Event codename blue screen.
Cooling system's been destroyed.
Increased intruders activity.
What we've got here is a failure to communicate.
Now we have an adult in the room with us. Oh my god. What the heck? Oh, he missed his attack though, which is good. Hey, buddy. All right. This, like, messes with everything. All right. I feel like I just have to gamble at this point. I feel like I go start the contingency. I don't know. But then I only have, like, 5 rounds to get all the way down here. To lock myself in there. Because I don't know where any CSS things are yet, right? Oh, but they could be down there where the alert room might be. Okay, okay. But then again, I don't know CSS pod stuff, right? Oh, what is... Does all CSS mean that they all left? All CSS launched. Did that mean I missed a chance to use a CSS? Or that means they, like, do they keep relaunching, like, different numbers? I don't understand how that works fully. Go to alert and try to start contingencies. Okay. Yeah, that's what I think I gotta do, right? And then we'll see what happens. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. Please don't kill me. A light wound. Number 2, noise, okay. Any CSS room would have launched. Relaunching, I believe, but not sure. A, B, or C. Okay. All right, here we go. Let's, he didn't follow me. Let's do it. I don't know. hold on. What type of items are in here? Any? None. Oh, bro, this is rough. Okay. Sure.
Contingency procedure started.
Congratulations, you completed your objective. You still have to survive. Good luck. Yeah, screw you. Alright, so I started the contingency procedure. We have, what is this? I wish I could find more rounds. Okay, let's see. It linked me to here. Contingency can be started in alert room. Starting this procedure can cause game to end half earlier. Okay, so it's on the round tracker. Okay, let's see. Where is it? What did oh, right here. Contingency, the blue. So when it gets to round 3, it's done if I'm not, like, safe or whatever, right? I must survive to check the contingency.
I have no idea.
Oh, I can still peek at it, though. Do I just stay? Oh, I didn't win anything. I know that. I didn't win anything yet. This means nothing. This means nothing. I'm thinking of just passing in this room and maybe doing a peek to get a little more information, but I don't know. Let me look at the map. Otherwise, I would just move to this south room here, which could that be what we're looking for? No, it can be a number 2 room, which could be the testing lab. Could be the guard room. It could be the defense control room. It could be the CSS control room. It could be the contaminated room, which does not sound good at all. And it could be cargo sending system B or C. I don't know. I want to get further away from this alien, though. That's what I'm thinking. But I could just stay here and hope it doesn't move in my direction. I could also go to the medical room. The medical room's got no noise going on. If I go to the medical room, we can try to heal heal a dressed wound, right? Only thing right now safe is a signal or the bunker. Yeah, because isolation's like very low %, right? But I'd gamble on signal and isolation. Okay. But man, I'm not going to survive to find this signal room. It's not happening. Yeah. All right. Let's check. Let's go to this unknown room. I'm gambling now. It's probably bad play, but we're gonna do it. Let's just get rid of this. It's on fire. The room I'm in on fire. I'm gonna end my turn and take another wound. Oh no, this is not good. I probably just killed myself. Oh, I found cargo sending system B. Oh. I don't know why it's not just auto passing. Is there something I can do? Oh, it's because I have these items. I don't have actions on them. Yeah. Alright, let's just pass.
Attention. Intruder movement detected.
If it ends the game,
No
that's
more
fine,
suspicious
but
activity in selected locations.
like I want to win, but I don't expect to win.
Intruder fire damage.
Intruder? Oh, yeah, I'm injured by fire. Yeah.
Intruder movement detected.
Or no, they're injured by fire. I see. Now they're moving. Yeah, I'm a survivor. They're intruders. Duh. Oh no! The breeder moved to my room. Well.
Event codename: Sanitary Network Failure.
The emergency room was destroyed. I should have went there but then, it would have destroyed and I wouldn't have been able to heal, right? Unless I repaired it. Yeah, so I have a breeder in my room. So I'm assuming the cargo sending system wouldn't even work. Like I can't even enter it, right?
That's not how I see
Yeah,
it.
because I can't be in combat. So what do I do? What do I do? Yeah, I can't like tell him to leave. Yeah. The launch system. Something is launching this round, but I don't know. But it could be it. But again, I can't get in. So that was like bad luck. I would have just jumped in if that alien didn't show up. What do I do then? Just leave, right? And then probably die. Okay, which way am I going now? I think I just go here and check the contingency for fun. I think I have a card that repairs rooms, but not right now, right? Where is it? All the stuff's in my deck. Yeah, I do. Basic repairs. Well. Oh, I just realized 2 more rooms malfunction and the ship blows up. So like I don't think we have time to do like anything. Any contamination cards can affect you if you escape. Another lost condition. Oh, that I'm very familiar with from playing Nemesis the board game. Yes. Okay. I'm gonna go back here. I think. I don't know. It's gonna smoke me. Oh, I got a leg wound. Sweet. So now it costs more cards to move. Great. Alright. Oh, it's following me? No. So now it's going to cost 2 to escape. And I'm dead. Whatever. Alright. There you go. Oh, look at, we went up in the rankings, like thousands of places. We got a 50 score, status lost. Yeah, I don't ever expect to see that say anything but that. Alright, cool. I mean, man, for early access, it's like working very well. We played through a whole game. Interfaces need some work. It needs a rules tutorial. Yeah, here's the survey. Did you ever play Nemesis the board game? Oh, you bet I did, but not Lockdown. Don't just group them as the same board game. They're not. What kind of games do you prefer? Both, but I guess mostly board games. Yeah, it's now mostly board games. It used to be mostly video games, then kind of went halfway, and now it's mostly board games. What would you like to get in the next DLC? See, they're already talking about DLC and they haven't even finalized the game yet. Get out of here. But single player campaign would probably be the play. How do you rate the game? Positively. How old are you? Too old. What do you dislike about the current version of the game? No proper tutorial. And interface needs more work. What do you like about the current version of the game? It runs. How do you rate the performance of the game? fine. Yeah, I appreciate Phil at RC. Who else was helping? Matthias for the questions. James was also helping out too. I appreciate your help, guys, like making that bearable, because I did not feel comfortable when I started playing it last night, and then this morning when I was reading rules, I was like, man, I'm not ready to stream this game and play through it properly. But again, the game's not finished and ready, I think, for like mass consumption yet anyway. But man, I had a way better time playing this game over the last 24 hours than I did with Nemesis Distress for sure. That game, like, I don't know what they're doing with it, but this game, at least they're on the right path. This is the way you make a digital board game. Which game rules need to be explained better in this tutorial? All of them. What should we focus on first during early access improvements? Tutorial. And in-game rules. Please describe your general gameplay experience. It was pretty cool and neato and stressful and shorter than I would like. It'd be like, this idiot. Why do we give this guy a code? He's useless. And send. All right. I don't want to be the guy that has to read through all the kind of information that people are sending in, but I would not want that job. There. Okay. RC, I will keep that in mind. Yeah, before I play it, this could be a year from now, so who knows, but I'll probably reach out in our Discord to our producers and ask and try to figure it out. But yeah, I do appreciate the help very much. And then yeah, we'll try to organize something. Feel free to reach out though, if you know it's been released. Like, I might miss that because like they'll probably send out like a press email, but like if it, you know, it's in my pile of press emails I get on a daily basis. Yeah, feel free to reach out when it's like in release form, you know, and let me know. And like I could stream it and feature it, and show it off that it's kind of like, or at least when those tutorials ready too, right? I don't mind bringing this back on stream to kind of show it off and let everyone know like the tutorial's here. We can play through it, kind of show it off, because then I feel more about recommending it and people getting involved in it. If like, you know, it's easier to find players to learn it and get in on it, right? Like, I won't even play this with my friends who played Nemesis the board game. I'm not reaching out to Kyle and Shamar or Mel, or, you know, and saying like, guys, we should play this online. As soon as I found out it didn't have a proper tutorial, I don't want to put any of them through that. And like, here, read this rules PDF and try to adapt it to the game interface, and we'll play online together, you know? Like, when I'm struggling through it, I don't want to put that on someone else. So, but if they had a proper in-game tutorial, I would say, hey, Kyle, you know, spend an hour and play through this tonight, and we'll play this weekend, you know? And then I would feel more confident that I wouldn't be struggling, because this is the kind of game everybody at the table or, you know, in the game lobby needs to know how it works, so they understand their objectives, their character selection, and what they're working towards, and what the other players could be working towards, like right from the start. That makes a better experience. This is not the most fun game to have new players at the table with you, because it's just like, they'll just be frustrated. You have to basically play full co-op, I find, is the best way to play these Nemesis board games, with new players. So you're full co-op, you're all working together, they get used to the objectives and what could happen in a game, then go at it, you know, with the semi-cooperative rules, you know? But yeah, they did a good job here. It's a pretty cool game. Definitely better multiplayer, I would assume, based on my experience with the Nemesis board game, the like original Nemesis, not Lockdown. This does intrigue me, though. I do now, as bad as it sounds, I know I don't need Nemesis Lockdown. I'm still going by what I've read and by what I've seen now from even reading more of the rules and playing this game. It's really just Nemesis, like the same game, but changed a few things. Some of them are for the better, some of them are meh, and some of them I'm indifferent about, or they're not that great. But you only need to own one. You don't need Nemesis and Nemesis Lockdown. I know you can transfer characters, I think, between them, and you'll have some optional aliens to choose from, but I don't know. I don't think it's needed in my collection to have 2 games so similar. But don't get me wrong, I love Nemesis so much that seeing the whole idea of the light and dark, the elevator, the different map layout, the different characters, the contingency system, the knowledge system, all those things have me interested in wanting to play this game also, just for those like differences, to try them out. I don't know if I would love them better, but I have the digital game, right? So we can try that out in the future first. And this definitely is a cheaper way. I don't know what they're charging for. What are they charging for this game? Let's see here. Oh, it's $23 Canadian. So I'm assuming US it's around like 15, 17, 18 bucks or something to get in on early access. That's still way cheaper than buying Nemesis Lockdown, just the base retail copy. Like, by a lot, probably. By a lot. Let's find out. But again, apples and oranges, right? Can't really compare a board game experience to a digital experience. One, you're sitting on a screen. One, you're, you know, in the same room playing with everybody and moving pieces around. Totally different world, but let's find out. Nemesis Lockdown. Assuming this is in retail. Oh, it's not really, right? This is US, the only US stores that have it. Sheba Games, Game Nerds, Noble Knight. What about in Canada? So it's $120-ish to $150-ish game in US dollars versus like 15 bucks. So I mean, if you just want to try Nemesis Lockdown, I would wait for the tutorial and then get in on early access and then, you know, put the app on your wish list and wait for it to be more finalized. And then you could try out Nemesis with some friends or try it out with people online or just play solo and learn it before you drop $150 on a board game here. Oh, I also should probably go to Saskatchewan, I'm being told here in my advertisement on the left. That would be funny. If Matt was still around, he would like that. Oh, man. Hobbiesville, Game Shack, Wood for Sheep, Board Game Bliss. Okay, these all have it. Oh, no, don't do it, Rob. Don't do it. Don't buy it. Don't give in. Then you have to start organizing everyone to meet up again and play the board game multiplayer. Don't do it. It's easier on digital and cheaper. Don't do it. Bill says, my brother and I love playing multiplayer. Yeah, it's a good 2-player. You guys play the digital 2-player and it's still good? Yeah, if you have people that know what you're doing, it's totally fine. Again, my complaints about not having a tutorial and having to like crack out the board game PDF and stuff is like not the end of the world, but yeah, so it's definitely playable. And if you own Nemesis Lockdown, the board game, you've played it, or you're just looking for playing with people remotely and you know the game well, or at least somewhat, yeah, it's ready for you. Go spend your 15 US, go get in on early access, give them feedback on the game, help them improve it. It's great, ready, and it's playable. But yeah, if you've never played a Nemesis game before, don't start with this yet. Oh, you never take the kill the other player objective. So they don't have co-op yet, right? Is what you're saying, Phil? There's no co-op in this game yet? Let's see. So if I go to play, can I start a multiplayer with full co-op? No, right? Yeah, you can't yet, right? I don't even know if Lockdown has a full co-op mode. I know in Board Game Nemesis it did, like the original board game. Oh, and you can make unlimited actions for multiplayer. Okay. Unlimited time, I mean. Normally you have 60 seconds on your turn to do your actions, or 60 seconds per action. Interesting. Interesting. Cool. Anyways, that was Nemesis Lockdown Digital. If you're looking for information on it, I linked the Steam page down below. Thanks again to the folks at Awaken Realms for sending me the code to try it out. Again, I'm looking forward to it to be finalized, play some multiplayer, but I'll put it in the back burner for now, and we'll check it out when they finally release it in full release, or maybe a little earlier if the full tutorial's in there and you know they've fixed it up quite a bit. we'll take a look at it again. But usually I like to try these digital board games in early access and then kind of wait for them to be released before I touch them again. Just not a fan of the risk of playing something, organizing a multiplayer stream. Everyone working their life, work, schedule, all this stuff to just get together and play a board game, and then it like crashes or disconnects or gets buggy or is, weird interface and people are struggling and timers are ticking and stuff. I'd rather wait till it's like, finalized and more options are there and it's a little more stable. But anyways, thank you all for hanging out. I appreciate it. I scheduled a stream for Friday in the day to play Lord of the Rings Living Card Game. We'll be playing with the Dwarf starter deck and checking that out. Thanks to everyone that voted on the poll to choose which starter deck we check out next. Tomorrow night, I believe Mel is continuing painting Massive Darkness 2 miniatures. She was painting them live last night, doing the characters, their heroes or whatever. So she'll be continuing that tomorrow night. So check that out. Join her. Go give her a like on those streams, and help her get motivated and play paint faster so we can play it quicker. I'm just kidding. Don't rush her. Don't put pressure on her. We'll play it when we play it. And then she'll probably be painting again on the weekend, actually, because she's excited to play it. She wants to get it painted and have it ready for when we're finished our Star Wars Imperial Assault campaign, so we can play it with Kyle. But if we get it done before then, we might play it on stream, just 2-player, and try out Massive Darkness 2. Thanks to everyone who voted on whether we should get that game and buy it and add it to our collection and play it on the channel. So I appreciate all the feedback and the interaction and everything. So if you like this, click the like button, of course, and feel free to share the video. And if you want to see more live streams like this one, or more physical tabletop board games, that's what we're usually about, playing physical board games on the channel, ones that are around this complexity, and have cool themes like this one, you're in the right place. Hit the subscribe button, turn on the notification bell, and we'll see you in the next stream. Bye bye.